to the Esports World Cup in CS2, and we're going to be doing it with NAVI versus G2. To deliver that action, it is the ever so awesome. It's Machine and Sponge.
CT star for NAVI and the attack for G2. Chad, I'm excited to see whether or not we do get a strong start out of G2, or will NAVI truly show them a little bit more struggle? We haven't seen G2 have to break too much of a sweat.
Yeah, both these teams, 3 best of 3s, make this one the 4th, only dropping 1 map in their campaign so far. Nico in his best CS2 form so far.
Oh, what a map. What a tournament.
Really
His second highest rated performance ever yesterday.
Interesting bits investigated A main, call completely clear, being able to rotate back towards Donut. So starting to piece this one together, NAVI, a decent amount of information. U2 in the hands of Snacks. That's going to draw the eyes, the rotation, and now the gap. Bit and Alexi tending to A, but slowly, here they come.
It's up to Bit. Needs to find something to get first blood, and he's been overrun. Nico the one to put between his eyes. It's Monacy that seals the deal. The A side is theirs. And now an uncomfortable one for the remaining. Those 2 heavy investments, those dual Berettas and Kevlar on Wonderful and Ime respectively, but fighting back into Donut, these 2-man holds, it's going to be difficult. G2 look to play this one safe. Time, their greatest ally. Pressure on NAVI. Nico, because he's that shadow, he has the information. I think he knows that both coming in from that side. One from CT is going to be going down first. Down and empty-handed is Wonderful. And we could have a perfect pistol here from G2. Monacy makes it so. Triple kill to start, Chad. I'm not ringing the alarm bells yet, but if this kid is on fire, it is going to be tough without Wonderful doing the same.
Yeah, G2 have had a lot of contributions, obviously from Nico, as we were just discussing, but Hunter's had some great moments. He's looking more like his CSGO form, finding great impact. Malbs, obviously in these anchor positions on the CT side, that's where the bigger conversation is, but the T side, he's so much more comfortable on those rifles. And then Snacks, obviously in the in-game leadership role, and well, that couldn't have been a better pistol, could it? Fake the A pressure, walk out mid, catch the 2 A defenders off guard, and have a flawless pistol round as well. It is just going to be a full eco from NAVI before we see the rifles come out. Alexi offers himself up to Snacks, so a bit of in-game leader on in-game leader action there.
Yeah, Snacks, he does like an eco frag. It looks like Nico might get himself a couple here himself. Oh, lovely. Just lining up for him. And nothing to celebrate for NAVI. As the second round is converted comfortably, Nico loves an eco, feels good.
Yeah. Feeling good is something that G2 have had throughout this event, right? Boot camp before coming here, roster on debut, honeymoon period, everything has been going fantastic for this team. But NAVI, they've been in fine form as well yesterday. Sure. You take Dust 2's 13-1 out of the equation.
I've forgotten all about it.
Yeah, they made light work of Mouse. We are underway with the gun rounds. Elbow smoke insta from Spawn. Molly's nade and running through the flames. Hunter straight for the first.
Honestly, saved Hunter there. Ime had a sideline, pulled the trigger first, lost vision. When they're stubborn, the fact that you were in first gun round going to be showing that you can fight mid.
Oh, NAVI as well. This is the CT side of Ancient. You need to invest in some utility so you can see FAMAS, MP9. They need the nades to try and block or go for the map control, and it hasn't worked whatsoever. Now a bit of B pressure and already grouping up. This will be quick from G2.
Oh, it's very quick, and yeah, JL understands the situation, tucks in behind the smoke. Bit needs a multi-kill, does catch a nice timing onto Snacks in the air, but traded out by Monacy, who doubles up.
They'll still be expecting Alexi.
Yeah, they know he loves Cave. Lives there. Monacy doesn't overlook it and just closed down by
2v2.
Wonderful and Alexi B. They're taking some outrageous individual duels there, and their advantage is squandered in an instant. Malbs coming in pursuit of Alexi. However, at that angle, the MP9 is favored. Wonderful looking to live and let Alexi take first fight. It's coming his way. This is where Malbs' individual prowess is tested. If he can get past Alexi, the round is on. And the pre-aim, the pre-fire clean from Malbs. Wonderful, ahead of the smoke, does isolate the jewels! It's Malbs to save G2! High impact round from the Guatemalan.
Honestly, getting fired up there. Likes the way that one feels around, where they had a massive advantage, almost drawn back by NAVI. Wonderful was on fire with the AWP yesterday and doing some fine work there with the rifle. Just not enough to put NAVI's first round on the board. It will have to just be another partial buy off the back of that round loss. 4-0. Looking likely for G2.
Oh, that's impact from Malbs. especially for Monacy, who's probably sitting there going, kicking himself like, I didn't need to take that fight, didn't need to take it, had the bomb. Well, Slate's wiped clean by Malbs in his handiwork. Swallows a nade this time, 50, but out.
5-7s, Alex, a couple of deagles. And no early opening kill for G2, so let's see how this one peters out. There's still a whole lot of utility for G2. They've got full mid control, they've applied the B lane presence. Smokes are starting to fade over towards middle now, so what is the next port of call? Going cave against pistols can always be a little bit risky. Still want to try and flush out stage 1. The molly from Snacks. Nade to the left side being really diligent as the second layering, and that, well, couldn't be better placed.
Still a notable absence of presence in mid, and so with a resmoke red, they regroup. Strength in numbers in this one. Nico just the contingency plan.
Gambled incorrectly, Navi. Should be a free bomb site, Monacy. Okay, wonderful. That was sharp. First on the D. Can he find the second? Hunter will deal with him. 4v4 sure, but all the advantages to G2 as the bomb's going down.
Yeah, he needs something else. Just like that from Wonderful for this round to be a conversation. And JL, he weathers the storm of the Hunter spray. Now bit onto Nico. It's a big fight. And losing his rifle. They could lose this round, especially now. Snacks has been brought low. 5-7s have connected. Snacks on 15 HP and a 2v2, but time sensitive. You don't have the kit. Do you want to just take the rifle? You might do now. Up to Bit, walking into Snacks. Well played by G2, keeping a cool head on their shoulders as things went a little awry.
Yeah, 2 rounds that got a bit stressful back for back, but now can NAVI crack through. Second rifle rounds already, 4 in the hole. AWP for Wonderful now dons the server, and the same can be said for Monacy. These two both extremely quick on the AWPs, and Monacy tends to be a whole lot flashier, but yesterday, Wonderful, we saw him coming out of his shell in that regard. Ancient can be a difficult map to do so on the AWP, especially with all the utility usage, and you're seeing that again here. Molly towards mid, elbow smoke. T's respond with a heaven molly. Their red smoke in play, just the cat and mouse games, the mid control. Snacks behind the cave smoke to pop through and fight towards middle. Alexi's come through, back turned, and Malbs has found an opener onto Imma. So again, another opener for G2.
Bit's under so much pressure right now. He backs into Donut, but little does he know, there's a whole G2 squad walking contact into his domain. He takes a passing glance, and now the timing window's open, and Hunter is climbing through. Bit has no idea whatsoever that there's an entire team on his bomb site. Oh, he's lucky to get away with that. Goes wide into Nico. Massive from Bit. He lives on. He's gotten his opening, he's got the information, and now this round is falling into place for Navi. Wonderful's here with the AWP, quick scoping his way into the site. Double kill, Monacy, however, still in the play. And now with Snacks revealed into the red room, they could make a round out of this. 2v4, the Molotov's brilliant from Monacy. Is he going to survive on 2 HP? The spam does not finish him off on Alexi. Bomb loose, though, with 45 seconds. This is uncomfortable for G2, make no mistake.
Yeah, fortunately, the time so they can pause things out and talk their way through this. Snacks was the nuisance. Alexi having to address the slip through red, but Snacks repositioning, joining Monacy. The two of them going to attempt to take this bomb and site back together through A main.
XTB falls off of Temple, acknowledging the potential from Snacks. They're not to know that they've regrouped, and with Monacy so low, this is going to really hinge on Snacks and his proactivity with 15 in the magazine. And Monacy rewarded for his patience onto Alexi Bit. However, the first man here, he could close it out, but Snacks has done it. Taz in disbelief. How many rounds have we played, Chad? 5, and every time we get a little question mark as to whether G2 have fumbled.
Yeah, Navi are definitely putting up a threat, just not able to finish these rounds. G2 keeps snatching them away.
Oh man, yeah, these last 3 rounds, it was 4 kills from Navi, into 3 kills, into 4. Coming down to 1v1s.
Really fortunate that Bit's able to get that opening. You can see Nico, they're quite surprised. They should have had the jump on him. And then late within the round, they're all worried about Snacks. Right? You had both Alexi looking towards red, Bit looking towards Donut as they just regrouped and waltzed out A. Monacy gets an absolute sitter onto Alexi, stepping for information. And now it just has to be, again, another Navi partial. Aggression. Nico not going to have any issues dealing with Bit, slamming down the ramp in a second. Nico keeps him coming, but Hunter, he wants to get involved. So remove him for now. Shouldn't be too many dramas. Want to keep the rounds interesting, don't they?
Yeah,
to the content team.
Puts his cousin down, says it's my turn.
I think that was a positive sign from Wonderful getting the first and then pushing him for the second. Those were scenes of what we saw yesterday against Mouse. Happy to take those fights, go in with the swings. quick on the AWP, but the fact that they weren't able to convert off the back of that, G2 were already going to have 6. Just need to find Wonderful and Emma.
Yeah, the power of a good reset.
I think one of the keys within this game, and the reason that the scoreline isn't going to be completely indicative of how this half might end, is the cash hasn't built up for G2 just yet. So any more kills that Emma is able to get in this round is fantastic. You can see residual cash at the moment is only 2.3 for Snax, and he's in the grave. He's got the high end. They will get the winning bonus for this round. Outmaneuvered is Emma now, but at least Navi have limited the cash, so they will need to get around on the board, and then we can start having that conversation of breaking them going forward, and then it's about the recovery for Navi. How many is necessary, and how many can they get on this CT side? Be curious if we see them turtle up, maybe go for A main aggression with 2 players, leave middle, allow G2 to use the red donut smoke, take that space, try and get their own territory. Because we've seen them go for a bit more standard approaches in the last few. 2 players out the red smoke, you know, you have your first one jump towards donut, maybe your second one stays behind red. Those fights have been going in the favor of G2 so far. This is a fantastic start for the roster on debut here in Riyadh. We do talk about the honeymoon. There's lots of positives that come with that. Obviously, the mood within the camp, everybody on their best behavior coming out of a boot camp, limited tape on the team. But this squad has bolstered its firepower. There is no doubt about that. The addition of Malbs, a costly pickup, sure, but seems to be paying off, and they might be able to pay back a lot of that with a win here.
Yeah, no doubt
400 grand on the line.
400 grand for first.
Nothing to sniff at.
$1 million tournament. And for coming from Malbs, it's been so nice. You have him on Twitter, you just see first semi-final ever, first grand final ever. I mean, he is just, I'm sure, absolutely riding this wave.
Well, we've seen this one before. The Strauss were throwing that. That's to extinguish that mid Molotov and allow them to flirt, or at least apply that pressure. There you go. See the A main aggression. That's what I was talking about, but dealt multiple bodies. That's a whole lot of information. Monacy and Nico's name in the feed, and they're not going to be the traditional individuals watching the A push. So Navi made the call to play off of middle, go for A main control, but G2, whether or not they were ready for it, they've dealt with it.
And what's interesting as well is that Bit probably didn't do that alone. Probably a safe guess that the AWPer was escorting him. So knowledge as to where Wonderful's whereabouts were. JL even cheating over towards the big box for a defense.
Yeah, and it feels like it has to be a gamble because G2 didn't actually have any space. They didn't go out middle. They weren't even in A main. They were setting up for something quite A-centric, but now with all the utility left, the opening kill, they should be able to whir this one into action. Go through their nades, grab the space required, and then look for a round finish. And it is a gamble for Navi, sure. It's a bit of a coin toss, right? It's, well, hopefully they hit this bomb site where the stack currently resides. Getting a little bit more active now on that radar. Will they send a Canary in G2 to play for info? It might be Snax to have a look over towards B.
It has, that spam from Nico has led to a rotation of the AWP. Snax the Canary, as you described. 30 seconds as he goes looking. Safe from the flash. Alexi caught a glimpse of him.
Oh,
no, he didn't. He doesn't know. And a headshot from Snax. That's going to be very uncomfortable now, but the A hit coming in as Snax opens up the wrong bomb site. They have to defend now. JL, what have you got? Solid onto Malbs. Bomb on the hunter back. Swinging into this and losing it. This is G2 conceding their first round of the grand final. 9 seconds to get the bomb down. There's no one that can even get their fingertips on it. You've got 6 seconds. You'll have to get the frags, and Immer's not giving up anything. And it crumbles. A bizarre taste, a bittersweet round there. Snax hitting some crazy shots. Nico a smoke spam on the way out the door, but Navi, they have broken through.
Okay, well, at least they limited the amount of rifles carried through. And yeah, talking about the Canary going into the site, well, it's meant to draw the rotation. He's not just meant to get both of the kills that easily. And because of how late that was in the round, there was no opportunity for that A main presence to rotate back, so they weren't in a position to seesaw across the map. You couldn't ask for that fake on the B side to go any better. It was just problematic that Navi at that point, well, they're not going to rotate over. How are they going to get into that round? Imagine if all 5 of you were there, it would be a 2. But for Navi, sure, you get the round, but it doesn't feel good. You lose everybody bar 1 player. The finances aren't fantastic. It is going to be a battle to get back into this. G2's money still on the ropes. So this is a turning point within this first half. Here's that opener. Bits aggression dealt with by Monacy.
Good friends outside of the server are those two. But here in the grand finals, It's all business.
Bit was even playing Face It with the G2 guys coming out of the break, so going to be somewhat familiar with these players.
Yeah, I like this from Bit. That's some proactivity. With the deep door smoke and him calling lane essentially clear.
Yeah, and that info just piped through to Wonderful, who's going to drop out his incendiary to block A main. That's well timed. It's going to allow the rotation of multiple members to come on over. It's the AWP of Wonderful, the MP9 of Alexi, and now blocked. It's going to have to be G2 pushing through this, or they cancel and reset.
Oh, it's a horrible feeling committing through the smoke, but they've managed to flash their way into some space. Malb's dead to one. Snacks using that Tech 9 to great use. He's gotten across to Brokey. A molly would be huge, but surely Wonderful's got his number. He's smartly thinks twice about it. This cross is getting easier with Bonacy's contribution. Takes down another. Imet gone. And the smokes have landed now. Uncomfortable for the CT's Bit. Trying to be proactive. Through the smoke fade. Nico pre-aim perfectly. And all onto Wonderful's AWP. It's noted towards the donut spot.
Has to reload the AWP. Probably just considering a save at this point. They have multiple bodies there. They had 3 players. Obviously, the Lexi pushing in, getting caught with the timing of G2 coming through that mains. But they did a good job blocking their Na'Vi, but weren't able to punish them coming through the choke point or the grey screen.
What I loved as well from Snacks is, you know, as soon as they're committing to that, he commits to the full cross. He's not expecting to survive. Look at this. Look,
yeah.
He's already at Brokey. Now the donut players know CT's a vulnerability. Things are scary elsewhere.
But that's one of the issues right now for Na'Vi. You had all the information that there was nobody mid, there was nobody B lane. You knew there was going to be the A play, and you still couldn't hold on to that round. Obviously not helped by the lesser weaponry, the FAMAS and the MP9.
Yeah, sure.
But out of position with the timing that G2 just brute forced through. And that's the thing, it was a minute 22 left on the clock. They could have full reset.
Yeah, I was watching that big box to Brokey cross, and I saw an AWPer in donut. I'm like, you're not getting past. But Monacy catches Bit, things start to tumble out of control. And we know Monacy's no slouch on the rifle. However, it does have a preference for the big green. We'll be whipping that out into this one.
Well, G2 showing their comfort on this map. It's something they played in every series so far in EWC. So looking to make that 4-0 in the ancient win column.
Oof.
Identifying this as a bit of a home map. We have Nuke coming up next. That's a guarantee. Inferno as the third and decider if we can get there. But how many rounds can NAVI get on this CT side at the moment? It's not looking good. And another opener almost for Monacy. Imet will get the better of him with this 5-7. A round like this, just to spark some confidence for Na'Vi, that would feel good because G2 are having their way with them currently.
I would have said it's not possible if it's just Wonderful's AWP, but now you've had Im's contribution early. This is where Wonderful's AWP can start being the difference maker. Starts to maneuver down the ramp. Nico anticipating this is a possibility. He catches a whiff, fires off a shot prematurely. Reveals the AWP's location. I can see immediate reaction. Look at this from G2. Charge towards the other side of the map.
Bit has a smoke to block here, but he's not going to get it off in time.
Yeah, just going to hide out, try and play for the timing peak. Oh, this could be good. Cover is there. Hunter just sitting on top of the planter, and it's a double from Bit. Deagle, Wonderful another. G2 crumble, and already the defuse comes through. That is a NAVI round. You say confidence booster, Chad.
It's a 10-seconder. He might be able to spam them off the plan if he's quick.
If he's quick, it has to be now. Pre-aim spam, not enough. NAVI take the second round. A must-have second round for their CT side. Could we see a little path into redeeming themselves?
Well, we've been discussing the finances of G2 never really having a chance to settle because of the close nature of these rounds. And I'm about to see the ramifications of that. Saw it starting to break through with the Snacks Tech 9, but they still converted that round. Now there is going to be a few more omissions. And this one could be the round that gets them back into winning ways. Na'Vi, second of 3 tactical timeouts now called for G2. And considering how good things have been going, it is surprising to see this to be the second called. But we'll be discussing those finances. And, well, I know this one isn't called from Na'Vi, but every time Blade had the opportunity to get on the mic yesterday against Mouse, he called the knockout blow. The 30-second timeout into the map victories back-to-back against Mouse was one way to put more stock for the Ukrainian coach.
Yeah, G2 are just going to try and do something back.
Yeah, this is where we need to discuss what the buy looks possible with, and you can see an AK being dropped into the hands of Nico, a couple of Deagle upgrades.
Thank you, Hunter.
I'm going for this A main to push again, Wonderful and Bit, so they're going to have all this space, and this time they won't be greeted. Unforced error with the missed incendiary, and Bit's just going to keep on searching into Malbs. Should catch him off guard.
He wasn't ready for that at all. So quick. 1 minute 30 on the clock, and they've already pushed out of A main. Nico, the only real threat in the Kalashnikov. Deagle on Monacy, sure, but no Kev. And this Navi reaction is perfect. You just park Wonderful in mid in case anyone fancies their chances up heaven. Bit elbow, containing spawn.
Well, you can see just how much of a lifeline that light investment win for Navi is as far as the finances are concerned. There's residual cash for buys, even if they were to have some struggles, and they shouldn't in this round. Snax offers himself up, jumps out to try and open the lines of sight. Now all three of them to come through Cave into Alexi.
Yeah, this is a perfect setup.
Ima needs to bait for Alexi, otherwise, you know, this is an easy clear without any harassment.
Timing is perfect from Alexi. Ima and him strafe out for one each. And Alexi wraps it up neat and tidy for his 4th kill. You can see the crushed keys of teams that fell in pursuit of this grand final.
Surely you're only putting teams you beat in there, right, Alex?
Oh, if I was choosing, yeah, no doubt about it. I'm sure perhaps if you had a little rivalry, then maybe
there's a bit of
else.
a beef.
Yeah, if there's some beef. Quite a beef-free zone in Counter-Strike.
Everyone seems to be quite nice to each other. I guess once the intensity of the game, that's where things change.
Yeah.
G2 into the rifles once more. A couple of Galils. Harassed towards heaven. Bits through this.
This is hyper-aggressive. He needs a flash, or he's just going to walk to his death. Snax happy to collect.
Lucky Ima got one at the same time. 4v4.
Yeah. He's going to take his place as well, so keep them on their toes here. You want Cave, you're going to have to get past me. Ima potentially pincering in with Alexi B. Snax been sharp here today, 11 frags, and he is going to go down to Alexi, so Imet doesn't even reveal himself, takes the fight onto Nico, forces him back. Oh, uncomfortable for Nico, just a Galil to his name, half HP, Wonderful taking down Monacy. This is falling apart for G2 as Navi look to rectify a slow start.
And first time we've seen Navi be able to pull off the full press, right? Being able to lock down middle as well as B lane, even with Bit offering himself up for that opening kill. Hunter took a lot of space. Playing over towards that A main position, he was parked very forward, knew he had to make a bit of a play, literally in CT spawn, but dealt with, so that's a nice one. As it will just be Nico in a 1v4 situation. Galil in hand and fights about to come his way, not expected. Alexi finishes that off, and now some confidence for Navi. We head into round number 12. 7-5, that would really be salvaging things, losing the pistol. It was quite literally 6 straight for G2 out the gates on their T side.
And don't forget how close some of those rounds were. We talked about the 1v1s, even a 2v1. Majority of those rounds, Navi did manage to put up a fight, albeit with lesser weaponry and less of an advantage, but it's just the other side of the coin here. Just Tech9's in pursuit of a lot of utility. We'll see double red smoke. That's a mistake. With your limited resources, you've just exhausted all of your smoke options bar one. Nico, the only one with it still on his belt.
And just letting Malbs search, so putting his aim on display on this T side. More than happy to be aggressive is Malbs. He might be past the expectation of Wonderful.
Yeah, Ima's accounting for it as well, so his options are going to be limited. I say that, yeah. If they kick up a fuss at B, he could catch a timing.
Yeah, Ima's being drawn over by this B utility, so Malbs continuing to crawl, has been able to find a bit of a gap.
And look at that, perfect utility. Monacy just a white screen.
There's Malbs.
Down, Malbs is Deagle strikes, and a long-range duel with JL. He finds the headshot. That's a round changer from Malbs. A double kill on the Deag, finds that timing window. As now it's up to Wonderful to try and get back into the site. Smart play from Malbs. He doesn't need to fight. The bomb is now ticking. It's the CTs that are on the attack, but that Incendiary forces his hand wide. Wonderful baits the shot. Malbs, could you really get another one? Wonderful doesn't think so. Nearly lands the follow-up onto Nico.
Bomb's halfway gone. Got to get a move on Navi.
Yeah, they got the kit. Bit. And Wonderful. But Nico, too good for Wonderful, clears him out, and it's not going to be easy for Nico as Bit hit too.
He knows where he is.
He knows exactly where he is, Chad. Holding the bomb, hoping Snax overplays his hand. A 5-second defuse in front of his face, but Snax denies. An 8-4 half for G2. A statement start on their map pick in this grand final of the Esports World Cup. into the second half of this grand final of the Esports World Cup 2024. A trophy will be lifted this evening. Championship Sunday in Riyadh. NAVI on one side of the stage and G2 on the other. It's ancient, first map of the series, and it was picked by G2, and they've managed to justify it with an 8-round haul.
Impressive stuff on the T side, and I think you got to see Malb's Deagle on display, something he was known for, and delivering on that in the final round of the first half.
Central American donk.
Yeah.
That's what he calls himself.
I think if you were NAVI, you would have been happy with the recovery if you managed to get 5. The way that last round went down, maybe not, and that's the pace. We're seeing a bit of tenacity out of NAVI now, just running it towards the side, smoked off. Molly's in, Nico trying to flirt around in the grey screen, but it's Hunter to find Alexi.
That's a gift. Hunter has given G2, and now the spam's hitting on Wonderful. He's going for a quote-unquote safe plant. Still chipped away at.
There's no kit, but the bomb has just gone down. This is a very difficult post plant for NAVI now.
It's Snags' flash I'm intrigued by, but he's actually going to, yeah, I was think twice about that. Try and set something up. Flashes towards the cave position. Hunter will investigate, and wow, clean work from the Glocks. It's NAVI locking this site down. A couple more required, but Nico, he's kicking up a fuss. He wants to take this one into the site, not planted for cave. They're both in cave. If he can hit the shot, which he has. JL running him down though on the defuse. Nico's got no bullets. He's got the knife though. No time for the defuse. A lot of money. A knife kill from Nico. Quad kill from Nico. But it will be NAVI's pistol.
I'm surprised that they wanted to go into cave off the back of that flash anyway.
Yeah,
I thought that they would just use that to try and cross in towards the side, because you saw it once it got down to that 2v2. The CTs are in a much better position. The Ts actually have to come out. You can take the fights from range. Look, Nico did a great job to make that one interesting, but with the 10-seconder always having to come in, NAVI being gifted a couple with the initial fight, that is the pistol round.
I'd credit JL as well, just his movement to try and close that gap, make it as hard as possible for Nico to hit the clean head.
Interesting as well, because Nico did so much damage there, got so many kills, and the knife as well. He could have brought him with an M4, and they could have made this an interesting looking force buy, but they are just going to take the save. I think the reason behind that could be next round he can drop the AWP across to m0NESY, and they could bring out the AWP almost immediately. So pistol round got chaotic, and I thought they had the advantage in that retake if they were to swarm the side, but NAVI, they hold them back and they pick up a big round. Now it's just about putting it in. We get a P250 and a Deagle. 3 players over towards B right now. Snags passive on red, and Malb's pushed all the way up in towards A main. They're diligent with their utility, which is quite limited, to be fair, NAVI. They should be able to finish this one off. m0NESY's starting to get a little bit aggressive. JL should have tabs on this. Oh, that nade is perfect. Look at the damage. Nuclear. JL will remove 2 with the help of Alexi B's HE.
Oh, it's like they're following the script, but Nico, the script flipper. A headshot from Nico. Strikes fear into them for a moment, but they will plow through. JL, an important headshot, brings him down. The only investment. $700 pistol. So minimal casualties as well, the name of the game from NAVI. They maintain their Galils, even keeping that Mag-10 for Alexi.
Well, let's see if Nico does opt to facilitate m0NESY with the AWP. I can tell you it's immediately purchased and dropped across to m0NESY. So do they want to use this offensively? AWPers on a map like Ancient, you tend to see them throwing the elbow mid smoke, or maybe they're going to throw the B door smoke, and then they play a little bit more supportively. But if m0NESY has a good spawn or feeling for a pick, we might see him get activated. I'll spoil the party again. I'm on him on spawn, and he is just lining up that elbow smoke. So the AWP shouldn't come as a surprise if NAVI have been keeping tabs of the finances.
Oh, I'm sure they're aware they got knifed. Here we go. What's Alexi cooking? Some early space to be taken. Bit throwing out an early cave smoke, so is Alexi going to try and go through this? Testing mid. Lots of flashes into mid-all, and m0NESY the first casualty. That's something JL can do wonderfully. Just walks up the ramp, demands the site, takes it. Snags has to react, and that's what Alexi's counting on. And now with one back, Nico regains control of the B site. I say that, Wonderful was there too. Snags is a dead man walking into Alexi B's crosshair.
They don't have to commit. They can still pivot back, even though they've had somewhat side control. There's a rotation available. Nico, almost lethal damage onto Alexi.
Same for him, though. Very low HP after his 2 engagements. He's going to be wanting to be a little bit more cautious. Him out on the search. Hunter. Tucked in CT. Aware of the possibility of a temple walk. 45 bomb through mid.
No utility for NAVI. This is very difficult.
This is a big one. Hunter, he's been biding his time for this. He just has to try and choose the perfect moment. Disrupts the plant with the kill, finds the second as well. Solid work from Hunter, but Immer, he's not going to give up. He goes for a second. It's Malbs. Stands his ground. An important frag and brings home 9 for G2.
Does, with the proud father look on his face right there. Saw that once we were in the final round of the first half, he was either marveling or stressing at that Malbs push in towards red, but enjoying what he's seeing right now. The first gun round starts pretty wonky. JL, a great opener onto the AWP. You don't have too many options when that lurk smoke comes in. So honestly, playing with the pillar and the AWP, you think it's a pretty safe weapon for the job, but Hunter, I think he heard the steps of Immer as well, transitioning towards Temple, and then just sat, waited, and operated perfectly to shut down that push from NAVI.
And the timing, it was almost as he swung, the bomb got touched. And it meant he had isolated that 1v1 to a millisecond of perfection. Isolates them both, takes those duels. Good work from Hunter. That's an impact round. And the crowd agrees.
Yeah, that's one of the things in this event. You've seen definitely more impactful moments out of Hunter. Him and Nico were really struggling. So both in much better form. Nico especially, MVP form for Nico. Same to be said for Wonderful on the other side. But they have to break the curse against Alexi B. Undefeated against his former team, G2.
Yeah, not for 1 or 2 samples, but 6. Curses only work if you believe in them. Let's see if new G2. Snacks didn't get the memo.
Well, he hasn't felt that before. Albs and Snacks on debut, a trophy, that would be something special.
I'm sure the G2 org are watching this one in disbelief, just how quickly things have gone well. Never mind Dallas.
Or they're patting on themselves on the back thinking, we are masterminds, one of the two.
Yeah, sure. Bomb through mid early.
Off angle from Monacy.
Yeah, he's backing his aim in this one, but some sharpshooters on the other side of him. Smoke donut, so... Oh, the clear. Anticipated by Irma. A quick adjustment and a headshot into Hunter. That's a disadvantage. G2 off kilter. Pressuring Monacy. He seems alert. He seems ready. He's very flashed. White screen. He's going to get run down. Clean team play from NAVI. In trouble is Malbs. Good timing on the smoke. It does mean that they're going to have to try and push through this. A flash again. The team play perfect from NAVI.
Yeah, immaculate work there. I think Immer making sure he takes down Hunter, that's huge. It also helps them head over towards that A site, knowing that Hunter tends to be one of the mid players, so he's always going to be supporting that A bomb site.
But like both of those A defenders didn't get to defend. Yeah. It was just a white screen and a nice wide swing.
Yeah, tough for Monacy as well, because they're playing on that fade. You're also worried about the red slip. Your B defense is already quite light because you were playing 2 over towards A, so lots of questions. So bouncing back NAVI. Can they rip away the MP9 and the rifle of Nico? Well, they have a good idea where one of them is.
That's tough. Snacks has got no HP left and covered by Nico.
You shall not pass. Line in the sand from Nico.
Oh, imagine. Snacks actually does some significant damage. Doesn't manage to find the aggressor. Only losing his MP9, but it would have been nice into the next.
Yeah, well, at least they kept the bigger of the two, right? So what can Nico do with this rifle? He's in good form, 16 kills. At the top of the server right now, keeping up the form from earlier in the event. Honestly, not too upset about that one. You know, he was wrapped on within Donut. The util use was perfect. I thought Malbs, you know, blocking with that smoke, and at that moment I'm like, all right, well, here he is. He's anchoring the site. He's being tested, but just so many numbers coming his way.
It felt like a HE, a flash, and 3 players swinging him. I mean, that's yeah, that's a numbers game that's not favoring him.
You can see Nico waiting to break the smoke and take a fight towards middle. What's the timing? There it goes.
Wow, he's done well with that. Immer down. He's going to try and be everywhere here. Now, they left the B site wide open. The fact that he shows up mid and then immediately gets over to long.
And there's no gaps available for NAVI at the moment. That was the initial space they were taking. They have B lane, Alexi in stage 1 of Cave, but we discussed this in the first half. It's quite risky to go through Cave against an eco. Imagine if they have a 5-7 in that position. Rotation being drawn back now. They have heard enough. Everybody scampering over for G2 to try and support Nico, but the bomb transitioning just the other way. So swings and roundabouts as they might be dodging each other's ships in the night.
Yeah, just needs someone to scout out the site, report.
The biggest issue, I think, for NAVI is if they take too long. They don't know that A main's clear. They don't look like they're going to send anybody in through Donut. If the push from G2 starts to come through B right now, they might even be able to get a jump on this. Sure, it's only USPs behind the saved M4, but time could be a bit of a drama. They are combing forward.
Yeah, they know what's up now.
I don't know if they clear Alexi.
He's moving a bit too quickly. Nice work onto Hunter. Alexi B hears this. Nice tracking, but there's the Nico rifle. Still a 2 versus 3, but just Nico really with the chance to hit a couple of headshots.
Just do damage, try and take more of the guns away.
Snacks would love it. Imagine if he could find one. Alexi B's rifle is in middle. JL could hold that cross back, and Snacks tries his luck.
Not the safest route to get to those guns, was it? But that would have been a nice little boon to carry forward into the next round, because it is about to be a 1-round game. NAVI, they have stayed resilient. They were down 6-0, pistol losses, close rounds going against them, a couple of clutches in the mix, tight moments. Battled back with 4, could have and should have even been 5. But now a pistol conversion, losing the first gun, bouncing back, breaking the money of G2. About to see another rifle round on this second half of play. When we settle into a few more of these rifle rounds, I'm interested to see the approach of NAVI. Yanko on the desk talking about, hey, be aggressive, get in their face for NAVI. I'm curious if you want to try and stress them, really force them into these late rounds, fake them out a little bit, see if you can really put pressure on the comms. This is a new team.
Well, it's more direct right now. Oh, blocking each other, cancelling plans, burning a lot of damage. That's a misplay. Could have been worse, I'm sure, if you maybe committed, so who's to know? Snacks, that's hyper-aggressive.
Yeah, and this is a different setup. 2 middle, 2 A main, just 1 over towards B being Nico. I think they'll just park Snacks here for the remainder of the round. He's not traditionally the A holder, it is Malbs. So a late jump up Tetris, warded off by the Molotov for now. It's allowed m0NESY to rotate back towards B, so 2 of your sharpest tools in the G2 shed ready to lock down this bomb site together.
Yeah, he flashes himself into the site. JL on that power position up the ramp and still searching. m0NESY tested, pre-fired, Bit owns him. Nico in his power position himself, down after 1. Plan for long, rotations are long.
2 mollies remaining to block this off.
And Hunter should be dead. He does do damage though. A dink into Bit should go down. Malbs doesn't swing. Now the Flames is going to go through. Drive by, in down. Snacks no kit. And you can see he's second guessing the approach.
I'm not sure we'll be able to catch that one on the replay because it was m0NESY getting sat on his ass, but you see he's using that little pixel gap.
Yes.
I don't think it's two-way either. I think he quite literally has a bit of an advantage there, especially with the boost on towards the box, but just a little entry in towards the site.
Yeah, there's no better QA tester than m0NESY. If you wanted someone to go and find all of the little gaps through the walls, he's your guy.
Well, we're tied up, 9-9, NAVI. This is what we want to see, some good Counter-Strike. Swarming that B bomb site. Quite a team effort so far. Wonderful, the high end on 14, but then you've got JL, Bit, both on 13, 11 for Alexi and Immet on 10.
Just a moment's hesitation from m0NESY on that fight there, Bit. He knows his adversary well. And wonderful coming into the side behind Bit. They are a deadly combination. This 1-2 punch. Bit gets into this and wonderful to sweep the rest under the rug. That is the 3rd timeout. Last tack timeout from Taz of G2. Takes 30 seconds just to try and screw their heads on tight to close out their map pick.
Well, max loss bonus going into the next, so they can invest a little bit more than they traditionally would into a round like this, G2. You won't see the full buy. You'll see them leaving themselves with about 1.5 to 2K. One saved M4 on Snacks. Will he be active? They're actually prioritizing a lot of utility over firepower. Make this look like they have a little bit more than they do. There's a B door smoke from spawn that you see, an elbow smoke towards middle. They'll be able to molly, they'll be able to nade. They can get up close and personal with the pistols. There's some fights that could be in their favor.
JL, his favorite hidey hole. This time Nico down and out. NAVI making light work of this. Just no respect up the ramp. And Snacks caught out throwing smokes. That M4 doesn't even get used. Just sent straight back to spawn. 5 alive for NAVI as they take the lead in this grand final.
It is quite interesting that they favored this B bomb site quite a lot, and especially going up the ramp. That's the position that Nico's watching a lot of the time. You have Snacks over towards the cave. JL's had some decent success roaming up, removing heads. now building a streak of their own in the second half of play. We are talking 6 out of the 7 rounds played in favor of NAVI and getting fired up. And some more silverware to that cabinet. It's B again. Yeah.
This time just going to basically aim map over his Molotov.
It's great to have JL confident to take on an aimer like Nico in this form. He doesn't really care who it is. Take the nameplate off. This is my job, this is my role, and I want to take these fights. It's the same setup again, so the double mid, Hunter Malbs. Snack's aggressive A main. Monacy helps set him up early. Nico solo B. Snacks might find a time in this round.
Big frag from Snacks. Integral to a G2 rebuttal. So the man advantage facilitates Malbs to just tuck in. Bit always diligent with his clears though, and a drop, an audible one for Malbs. He prepares himself. Active jiggles, anticipating a clear. Lexi holding his red room, turns his back, Bit overlooks the possibility, and then Monacy is there for support. Mid on lock. G2 a clean 5 alive round at this stage in the game means everything. We're talking about JL and his proficiency up the ramp. Well, that's all he's got now, no bomb. He's got his ramp. Nico says you can have it. Uncharacteristic overlook of Malbs' position there from Bit, and it just spirals.
I think he's just worried where Snack's gotten off to.
True.
And that's the second time we've seen G2 run that setup. And suppose with all the pressure they've had towards B, if you can't win the full mid and B lane press, let's find the gap, right? They're obviously using a lot of their resources to take B lane, to take middle, might be able to find the timing, and only just. Emmett was aware that it could have been a possibility, turned around, did 55 damage, but Snacks with that kill, it put the entire round into disrepute for NAVI. We're tied up 10-10.
And that's something that Snacks has been doing, you know, to a volatile amount of success. It's up and it's down.
But this is the question mark for NAVI. How do we respond to this? Do we need to send 1 or 2 individuals in towards A main to get that control? Do we expect them to go for that same type of play? And if we do, then that's going to make our B lane and mid control lighter in terms of utility and bodies. And that is what the conversation will be right now from Blade with Alexi B, the team. Taking their 3rd tactical timeout. That's every timeout used in the server so far until we make it, or if we make it, to overtime. And we're talking about the proficiency of Blade with the timeouts and the adjustments resulting in round wins. Can he do it when we're 20 rounds deep? Notes being read. You can see everybody with the homework in front of them.
We've got to get that TAC timeout conversion stat for the coaches.
Immediately with stats, you know, as we like to do, there's always these problems. Like, okay, but what if they take it on an eco and then they go into a gun round next? You know,
it doesn't. I mean, it would still give us a number, you know, regardless of how.
Something's better than nothing, exactly. I suppose.
That's my mindset on this regard. Flashes for middle. Imet mollies to jump up early. Standard protocols as Imet is going to be tested, and JL kept at bay by the flames. He's looking for Hunter. A little bit of chip damage lands. Snacks in cave makes no secret of his occupation.
But there is a main pressure.
Yeah, a significant amount of it.
Setup seems somewhat ready for this for G2. Multiple bodies.
No incendiary for Malbs. This position, he has the shadow advantage, but smoke won't keep them at bay. He'll throw it early.
I think they'll think better of this, NAVI. Right? We saw G2 within the first half all in through this, but NAVI, they can play the round out. They still have a bit of map control utility, there's no smokes in play, so that is going to be the most difficult part of trying to finish this round, but at least they know that A main control is theirs. 60 seconds on the clock, coming for the full mid clear. G2, 2 through red, 2 through donut.
There's a lot of faith in Snacks to keep hold of his part of the map, so Nico can focus here. Pre-fire, pre-aim, destroys Nico. Monacy, he's taking fights, he's confident. And now the support is here. Malbs swings through, would have loved a second, puts Bit on notice, but the frag's converted for NAVI.
Should go towards B, but the bomb in limbo.
Yeah, that's the bomb on Bit. He's holding for the angle. It doesn't matter if JL's as sharp as that.
I think that's a bit disjointed from G2. Right? When you want to go for that mid control, it's a pretty common approach. When you lose full mid, you want to go, all right, we're going to have multiple members donut, multiple members red. Red was fighting and donut wasn't contributing. Yeah. Donut contributed too late. So they were disjointed in this mid clear, and they were just able to stand and aim map. Like Alexi had plenty of time to stand there and take that duel top mid against that of Monacy.
Cancel, you know, first plan, Doesn't seem like the best plan now, and well, this is
Into the AWP.
Yeah, straight into Monacy.
Shadow.
Early warning, takes down Alexi.
Oh!
Does get a second, the no-scope into JL, all onto Wonderful. Brings that bomb through, needs blood first. 4 versus 3, and now, ooh, Wonderful. Down and out, looking locked down as Malbs and Hunter arrive on the scene just in time. It's a G2 11th, and Monacy's double delays and destroys. That's impact from the AWP.
And a pace shift from NAVI that gets shut down immediately. I think these faster rounds against a team with the firepower that G2 has, that's the type of Counter-Strike they want to play. Run at me? Yeah, I just have to focus forward. You play the mid-rounds, you force us into comming, you put stress on some of our players in newer positions. That's a different story. NAVI looking for a knockout blow, but we're tied up again. 11-11, still buys available. NAVI with plenty of cash to get the AWP back out for Wonderful. We're locking horns and hopefully destined for overtime in map number 1 of the EWC.
He's looking for Snacks. He fancied his chances. Protocols from G2 seem solid. Cancels his plans. Laid it down to half health. Snacks stands confident. Where's Wonderful's health going? Just peppered. Look at the damage. Malbs, Snacks spamming away. NAVI, shadows of their former selves as JL again. Look at that. 11 HP. They are no longer the same men that left spawn.
Bit the only one on full HP.
Unconfirmed, Chad. They have no idea just how much damage they've done. They might have an idea.
That's almost all of the cash invested this late in the game, with the loss bonus only going to be 1,900 into the next. NAVI have 60 seconds to piece it together. Limited utility, no space across the map, and 4 players who just need to have a stiff breeze come their way and they will fall over.
4 members of NAVI die in a single bullet, and Bit, to an AWP, the same. And down, oh dear, missed shot from Monacy. Monacy down to Bit, making light work of the situation. However, Hunter's hit.
They can't brave this.
They definitely can't brave that. An extinguish necessary. 30 seconds, it is uncomfortable. He's re-aiming the boost and acknowledges that's a possibility. Hunter going for a real hero play here. Looking for the 12th, they spam him away. How on earth have they found him there? JL up and over. Can't believe NAVI are doing this. Nico doesn't seem to think they are. Nor does Malbs.
Save.
Has to be. They gave it a good shot, a good crack. Bit making it look realistic. By dispatching of the AWP, but yeah, just the damage, the echoes of it. And it will just be the saved AWP from Wonderful.
Fortunate JL went down before time there. Would love to have held on to that, could have dropped an AK, and still arguably could. I've seen him buy it in immediately. It's going to be one emission for Alexi, AKs for everybody else. Util a little bit skimmed, lacking Molotovs. We'll make it just one, so they have been able to pull this together. Alexi being able to get a Galil in his hand, so still pretty decent buy for NAVI. Need this to take us to overtime, or G2 will be picking up their map choice.
So much pressure on one round of Counter-Strike for NAVI. Will G2 bow out quietly? As Hunter has been silenced, back from Malbs in mid. Has he got the aim? Yes, he has. He prevails with only the 2. Alexi humbles back. Quick one with the Galil. Necessary trade from the in-game leader. There's a reason Alexi hasn't been losing to his former teams. Can he secure overtime with Bit and Wonderful by his side? You've got to get past Monacy.
Yeah, and they've lent on this AWP towards A in multiple rounds. Will they expect it a 3rd time? Taz watching on helplessly. Blade the same. Util available for NAVI. Plenty of time to work with. Information lacking for G2. Massive voids. Donut, red. Those slips are possible while we see the likes of Snacks and Nico, the B defense, pair up and look for space. It's all going to come down to timing. See, Monacy's having to pivot back now. He's worried about the flank through CT. They could come out Donut.
Oh, he's hit the shot. Takes down Bit. What's that? Gets himself to big box, but loses his life in pursuit of it. 2v2. Snacks from Donut. Nico joins him. Bomb's gone down. All to play for now. Util favors them. That's a great smoke from Alexi. Buys time. Forces the hand of Snacks. Nico trying to pivot back through mid. He's lining up some nades for him. He's only got a HE.
Well, they can break it.
That can work. That can work. Wonderful tempo. Alexi opts for main side. This is the clear. They have to move through this.
Smoke for the bomb.
And the kit. They can piece this together. Throws out the flashbang. No smoke used. Instead, it's wonderful. Snappy with the AWP. No time for Nico here. A smoke and a hope that they can miss their shots. He's going to get peeked on by both of them. Alexi holding the cross, spams away, doesn't get his fingers on the defuse. He's punching in the code, trying to cut the wires, and surely he doesn't get away with this! Oh my God, Alexi was confused, as was I. There was a millisecond in it.
Thought he was invisible in that smoke for a second. Bomb ticking down, defuse coming through, a nail biter to take us to overtime, and this is the type of Counter-Strike we want to see.
How close was that?
No more blowouts. Competitive CS, individuals on display. Thought Malbs was going to be the hero in Ancient late again.
Bang, that's a big shot to post under pressure, did wonderful.
What's the change up? Navi not investing in the AWP that helped them through the last. Wonderful's just going to operate here with an AK-47. It'll be more direct. I think the rifle tussling around these smokes early could be the difference. Snacks just going to push on out. The timing, Nico's ahead as well. Aggression has been matched. G2 in the face. Get B lane.
The 1-2 punch of Snacks and Nico.
They're not taking a breath, getting stuck in immediately.
Oh, the distraction, perfect. And just like that, the round comes home for G2. That's clean, that's convincing. What does that do to your T-side when you've just been faced with that aggression? Is that immediately going to take some pace out of your rounds?
I think we'll see them still keep locking horns.
Okay.
Because that's that type of round for G2. They've been struggling to get some of them going. That's why we had that revelation round where Snacks went for that A-main push, was able to find that timing, and then Navi had a tough time pivoting back. We've seen some different setups from G2, obviously playing Malbs and Hunter towards middle, having Snacks go aggressive A-main, ushered in by that Monacy AWP, Nico solo B because they know how strong he is. But Navi in the early stages of regulation, they were going over towards the B bomb site a lot, but that's when the money was a little bit rockier for G2. They didn't have everything they needed. Maybe there was a few omissions. So we see how they pivot back.
Alexi on the mic, all eyes and ears on him. Second round of overtime. 2 more attempts from NAVI to get an attacking round on the board before we swap. Battle of wall bangs here. Nothing to report.
And Malbs going aggressive into A-main on his lonesome.
What a flash. NAVI, they've definitely got their protocols lined up, but are they accounting for Malbs going hyper-aggressive? Tames the spray into the headshot machine himself. Last time we saw an A-main push did slow NAVI down to a crawl.
Well, this time it makes a bit more sense. It's actually the A anchor. It's not Snacks in that position. So NAVI, a man down, plenty of time, sure, but this is a tough round to piece together. They've been able to slip red, but that's going to be noted. Hunter likely going to have to deal with that one at range. And while JL trying to take a bit of pressure away from the slip, gets caught by Snacks.
Wow, that's a quick shot. Onto Hunter, who was responsible for red, so now G2 have to react to the loss of it. It's a powerful position for the attacking side to occupy. But the bomb disconnected from this. Alexi B counting on Imer and Wonderful. We've only got 30 seconds. Honestly, hearing these steps towards the CT alley, and Malbs going down is a big pick from Imer.
Alexi can rotate.
From behind! He strikes with one, a second is greedy. Alexi B hoping that's enough of a distraction. He gets himself into Donor, gets himself into the A site. The bomb will be planted. It's Nico and Snacks again.
CT plant, this is nice.
Planted for Imer. No smoke this time, and you've got to get past Alexi B on the AWP. Connects nicely. Swamps out to the AK to finish off the job. Nico, though, he is robotic with his precise aim. And not today. NAVI keep us level, 13 each.
Yeah, pieced that one together well, didn't they? Exactly. And it was a 4v5 for quite a while. There wasn't a trade immediate at all. It took that red pressure. It was actually a 3v5, right? Because JO went down, searching towards B before Wonderful was able to pick up that kill with the AWP. Like this from Alexi, thinking on his toes. Changes the plant, knowing the position that Emma has control of. Planting for him, but he's the one who does all the work. The in-game leader. Impact in overtime.
JL going for an extinguish. Great HE work. He's going to play a dangerous game if he sticks around. Oh, the flashes, Malps completely deleted. A necessary trade back. Hunter of that mid pairing, and Snacks that's feeling frisky. Out in the smoke, aggressive. Pokes his nose out, finds one onto JL. Alexi finds one back. It's just individual duels all over the shop. The dust will settle. Bit and Alexi. Nico Monacy.
Oh, Nico is actually going for a really heads-up play. I think he'll be completely unexpected with a maneuver like this, but the gaps that NAVI leave, they make them question the flank. What is this rotation time from Monacy? He might be able to plug this gap.
Yeah, he's considering it, and it's the perfect weapon for the job. Oh, nails the shot. Bye-bye Bit.
Yeah, Alexi's not going to expect this.
Full wrap. Sound cues given. He's worried about Heaven. He's definitely not ready for Nico. Doesn't choose to use the smoke. Thinks he's got enough time to punch in the code. He's not wrong. Gets it down. Smokes the site. Still not considering the speed of that flank from Nico. Around the world in pursuit of 14, and it pays off. Heads up's a word for it. 14-13 at the half.
You have to reflect what was going right for G2 on their T side. Well, the pistol, the conversions, the close nature of those early rifle rounds, a couple of them coming down to 1v1s. Both of these teams really locking horns around the smoke. There was multiple chaotic moments, difficult for Obs to catch mid-fights through smokes. B lane, Snacks pushing through. Somehow JL staying alive with all that nade damage and then being caught. 2 more rounds for G2 to pick this one up.
Snacks fancies his chances, and Barrage doesn't catch him. Relatively unscathed as Alexi V's got his lineups. Overlooking Nico completely. That's a brave walk back to take the trade. Proactive from Nico. And wonderful, they are testing him. The shadow advantage is huge. Him to bait. Alps to shut down. They know where the AWPer is as well. Huge opportunity for G2 here. JL, he's in 2 minds. Do I worry about B? Do I worry about the flank red? They know it's a possibility, but Malb's already on the move.
Blocked ramp for now, but does that mean we'll see aggression? As they pivot back, JL should be dead to Malbs.
Oh, not JL! Hyper aware of the possibility, gets himself an equalizing kill and the one-shot headshot potential.
Still would like to see them just finish towards B. And they've got all 3 of them here. Hunter through cave. You can have Monacy and Nico come up the ramp once this smoke starts to fade.
Yeah, suffocating util limits their options. Bit basically has to be here in limbo. More towards the long side. Nico knows that. Hunter moves first, unable to hit his shots. Bit good for it onto Nico. Monacy, the late piece, the only piece for G2 in this first round of their attack. Nails a wallbang. 20 seconds. Gonna have to make his move. That's where Bit was, towards the cubby. Masks the pickup, swings through, observes Bit. Knows where he is, hits the headshot. 10 seconds, the fight comes his way. Wonderful panicking. He could get this down. This could be another masterclass from Monacy. The 2 young guys. He delivers another impossible clutch. Up against everything. 3 players, no time, no problem for Monacy. Again and again he delivers, blowing the minds of Counter-Strike fans around the world.
The kid is absolutely masterful in those moments.
Oh, 10 seconds he takes down Bit. Swaps to the AK, his only way, a wallbang onto JL out of nowhere. Look at the time.
Yeah, and then you've got the swing for the trade. Can't get it done, stays alive, knows he has to punch in the digits. And they drop a massive round. 15 confirmed for G2. Monacy coming in clutch on Ancient again. He's had a couple of special ones throughout the EWC. Add that one to the list.
Just farming highlights.
Doesn't just have to be with the AWP, does it? You can do it with everything.
Making the impossible possible. Increasingly probable for Monacy. Well, there's confirmation of the AWP. Well-placed flashbang from Snacks gives them a whole lot of info. Oh, this is good timing from Bit. Monarchy's not going to be ready for this kind of peak, and he looks to double up. The spray transfers massive 4 bullets. Chill your beans. Job is done.
Good resilience. They're going to get out and play the number advantage. More utility to slow this down in case the fight would follow. Everybody for G2 now grouped up. Monarchy down. Who's going to clutch this time round?
There is a little space. It's Bit that's cleared out, and he's actually fallen to Snacks. That's a big find. Lead onto JL. A dead Snacks. A bomb plant. 2 on 4. JL just calls, waits for the full rotation. They can come in from every angle. These fights happen in sync. He's in trouble. Hunter. Mouse. Group up. Isolating Jules, though. That's a misstep from Imet. His team weren't ready. Alexi's good for 1 back, and now Malbs is surely a dead man. His days are numbered. He still starts to hit the first. So Alexi that keeps a cool head on his shoulders for the close, but G2, even in a 2-man disadvantage, they get the plant, they get Navi's palms sweating.
All right, well, they can only take us to overtime number 2, thanks to Monarchy's heroics. That one you have to attest to Bit. 20 kills for him. Aggressive push down the ramp. 2 big kills, finding the AWPer on the elevation.
Perfectly timed aggression.
Well, what's the call from G2? Are they just going to keep allowing their players to play, or is there a knockout blow? Everybody from G2 heading towards B. This isn't a default.
Yeah, this is far more a direct approach.
B rush, when in doubt.
Bit lines him up and knocks down 1. Team killing.
Oh!
It's Malbs! Flattens Navi in his wake in pursuit of taking map 1. It's all hanging in Malbs' balance. Throws Navi a knockout blow map 1. Taking down teammates, taking down 3 members of Navi, just running and gunning. 25 frags, but those 3 are game-winning. Taking the map, Nico confirms it. Malbs justifies his presence in the jersey.
A statement call from Snacks to close out map number 1. They stay undefeated on Ancient in debut in Riyadh. G2 1 up, 1 map away. A Monarchy clutch to secure 15. A Snacks call to close it down. At 1v1s as well. If they're able to avoid having those calamities, should see NAVI be able to push this one to Inferno as the 3rd and deciding.
Yeah, something panel discussed as well was wonderful. We got to see him out on Yard before, and he was taking a lot of proactive fights. He was getting these double peaks, and to double peak against the world's best, that's confidence right there. You think, I know you know where I am, but I'm still quicker.
This looks like a similar opening as to what we saw from Navi's pistol yesterday. The waterfall smoke on top of main, multiple players on top of silo. Might even be the same pistol because it has the P250 in the hands of Wonderful to search outside.
Starting too lower.
Yeah, so there is a fight available. Take a look at the utility Snacks has, a smoke and a flash, and he will be able to set them up. But they're quick. They're ahead of the secret push, and they're already swarming over towards Heaven and Hell.
Yeah, Snacks gooshed. He's got the util. And wow, Monarchy, he's taken off his silencer. He wants to be feared. And takes down Wonderful. He's looking for more heads as well. Gets his opportunity, but brought down, humbled by Bit. Alexi B, Imet, will chime in with theirs, finishing off what Imet started with the Goosh, and now JL flattens Hunter. Well-structured T-pistol to continue NAVI in pursuit of a 3rd map.
Oh, last CT pistol, Nico had a knife kill. What can he do this one?
He can hit a couple of USP bullets to the legs of Bit. That's about all we'll be getting in this one.
All right, well, Digits to be punched over towards the top side for a Heaven side plant. And they're going to slowly close down on Nico's position. JL next to take contact, and, well, the last to take contact. That's all that's necessary. First round for NAVI, map number 2. And I think we'll see G2 operate with a 4-spy. They've definitely still got that punch in them. I want to see Scout to try and get those early tags towards Yard. Yeah, you're right. He's loves that flare, doesn't he? Oh, Monarchy.
Yeah, you gain absolutely nothing by removing the silencer. Categorically makes the weapon worse.
I guess if you were in a tight corner.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. I think it
might go overlooked.
It's just a flex. He wants them to know it's him.
Well, Nico's Deagle and Modesty Scout. That sounds like a potent start of a story. As a smoke wall dons the yard. Oh. Molly didn't land where it was intended. Still have plenty of utility available now, V. It looks like they want to set up for what could be a top play smoke towards main. Molly towards CT vent, top hut as well. Redeploy of the smoke towards door. Well timed and last smoke used.
Yeah, he's going to get tested, but he's ahead of the util. Can he track? Snacks so much damage. He's going to be screaming. 1 HP on site, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Mal's a bit frustrated there. You can see he just hit the hitch of the ladder and popped up. And Bit, he'll take his chances. Should see Nico, Modesty, and Hunter look to save. 2-0 for NAVI, good start. We saw the resilience yesterday. That was one of the other keys that Des was discussing. You lose 13-1 on your map choice of Dust Hill and you come back and then you absolutely dismantle Mouse over the next two. I think the first half of Nuke was where it was the closest, right? It went 6-6, something along those lines. But then the blowout started. And in the last two series that you and I have casted, it's been, yeah, a lot of blowouts. Out of the 6 maps played, 5 of them have been very one-sided. It was just that close affair with VP taking it to almost quad overtime.
The never-ending story, we thought.
And they were the ones to bounce back in the next 2 maps against Vitality and take care of business. They were stopped by G2.
Well, we had no blowout in the first, a full 16-14 extravaganza, rolling it back to MR15. And you can see how close Alexi got to death, those flames so close to his toes as well, but just threaded the needle, avoiding Snacks and converting the round clean. So what was it, 2 Deagles saved? No, excuse me, just the 1, 5-7, and that Scout.
I think Malbs would have been dropped across a Deagle, so maybe Honestly was able to pick that one up. Because he only spent $300 in this round.
Special treat.
Yeah, so there's still some landmines. I think Nico's Deagle on display and Malbs's. That is a very potent conversation. Now, obviously, Malbs's as far as Tier 1 goes. That's being tested in front of our very eyes, but Malbs has always been known to have a great Deagle, and the same for Nico and Alex. This round is very difficult for NAVI now. Bit is the walking wounded, down to 11 points of health. I'll probably see him change weapon with one of these Mac 10 players. They might lose this round.
Yeah, this would be a gut punch to NAVI.
Yeah, they just swamped out, so Bit onto a Mac 10. Smoke's available. There's 2 of them. They could operate with a standard smoke wall to get down secret. But now NAVI, this is a stressful round. What was meant to be a little bit easier is very tough.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. And Nico actually re-advancing to try and disrupt their crawl. He's got game sense unlike anything. Crosshair placement. Beauty from Nico, and he does do damage. 2 shots hit JL through the box. JL hits the necessary shot for an equalizer. They are walking, and they are testing Snacks. Some significant damage, not really. 23 for JL to work with. He still finds his second.
Time's becoming an issue. 25 seconds left on the clock. They need to find a finish.
Hunter, he may overlook Bit's positioning now, and that low HP may not matter if his back is turned. Heading down lower, this is the right choice.
This is touch and go.
Bit's been noted. Piecing out, knows just surviving the name of the game. Malbs trying to hit a pop shot on the cross. Good work from Wonderful on that Galil. NAVI, an impressive feat to get away with all 4 bodies alive, considering the damage, the early loss of Imet. Potency in this round from G2, it wanes.
And there's so much focus on trying to take down Bit. You could see there in that cam shot we had of Hunter just coming up a storm to Monacy. They're just trying to track him down, finish him off. He'll offer himself up, the knife comes out, and Bit will take care of Monacy.
A brotherly biff.
It is surprising they were able to keep every... on the ladder, Hunter. Grabs one, traded, and a smile on the face of Bit. He played a bit of a cat and mouse game there.
Yeah, they spent 30 seconds looking for him, a bit of hide and seek.
But they did a very good job of maneuvering. Nico probably feeling unfortunate he didn't get another kill towards Yard. This was the opener. And I think that was there a team dink in the back of the head? I saw sparks flying, could have just been bullets hitting the box, but still it was a very, very light investment from G2. Now we get the rifles out, away with the real rounds, door blown off. We saw JL put Brolin in his pocket in this position yesterday.
Yeah, it's a set piece into the top side. Look at the flashbangs, look at the destruction. JL, oh, he's gone and got 2. And the site crumbles. G2 left wanting. Just the ramp player left as they kick open the front door. Stake their claim to the A-bomb site. And as quick as it began, an NAVI fourth is theirs.
We'll see if they're able to get off to a 6-0 start like G2 did on their map choice with the T side of Ancient. But that's nice, that threat towards the top side, that's something that G2 need to keep in the back of their minds. Hey, they can just swarm. It wasn't just a default opening. They popped in and they dismantled us. JL, fantastic work, 6-1.
That flash that caught Hunter, was that just kind of similar to the Hut flash? It got him right by Tetris. Perfectly timed for JL's swing as well. Just really beautiful to watch. NAVI, and we saw it in Ancient as well. Well-drilled flashes. I think JL was responsible for some of those. This time he's the one that's getting the kills off the back of it. Heard JL in an interview praising Blade, and one of the things that Blade was very critical of JL's game was his use of utility. He had to completely relearn how to utilize those nades in game. It's not about what you know, it's about when you use it.
Stax has invested an awful lot. Obviously, loss bonus going to be coming through 3,400 into the next, but there are some light investments. Scout, MP9s, Deagle, G2 always going to be threatening.
Yeah, they want to be disruptors in this one. They want to try and rumble NAVI.
I like Mal's being active. Now you could just see the ramp anchor sit back, but he's the one with the saved rifle. Let's get involved. Let's see if we can make a difference in this round.
Nico sees that smoke as an invitation. If no one's silo, I've got a freedom to start to patrol.
Well, Bomb looks to slip down secret. Joining Emma and Wonderful is Alexi B. The late element, the late piece will be Bit. He'll cover their flank and activate late. Smokes on Hunter and Snacks, but they are the A defenders, so probably just going to continue to pipe those towards Squeaky Door. Malbs, if you swing this one open, oh, you don't need to now. They've telegraphed their position. You have confirmation that there are bodies down secret. G2 cannot rotate down the vent to assist unless there's a bit of fuss kicked up by Malbs when he takes contact.
Potency and Bits lurk towards red as well. Nico's anticipating that late arrival. Oh, asleep at the wheel. Bit finds him. It's an important frag to find.
But Malbs has stalled them. Might try and pivot back up the vent. This could be risky.
Risky, yeah, absolutely it is. These SMGs in the hut, it's going to be hard to get past. Up Squeak, audible. Scout from Monacy, hitting shots. Hunter's found one towards the site. Oh! Just like that, Monacy. Splash of brilliance on the Scout. Headshot after headshot. He gets 3 in that one.
He's quick. He only gets quicker with the Scout in hand. The movement doesn't stop. Absolutely bangs them out. The vent rotation to top. It was just some light investments behind the saved M4. Malv pups up his chest towards lower. And they go sending themselves straight into their demise. Another impact round from Monacy, the desk, saying he had some tougher moments on Ancient. Came alive with a massive 1-on-3 and a statement round in a low buy. Bang!
Oh, outrageous. Yeah, he's even impressed himself that the third one landed. We talked about disruption. Consider NAVI disrupted. Now they're the ones on the back foot coming into this one.
How much of a momentum shifter can it be? Can they put together back-to-back rounds off of the Monacy moment of magic?
It's a lot of damage. Malbs trying to get away. Has Monacy in support. Bit well aware of the potential rotation. Monacy lines up his wallbang. Bit premature on that. And so they concede ramp.
Yeah, on the chessboard, they've taken a key piece. And with Malbs low, he can't really risk the re-aggress. Now Alexi. Continue the deception. Smoke towards Yard. Landing top main. Waterfall down. Will give Emma a little bit of room to move. Also, Nico won't be able to see if a player limps through that in towards main. 45 seconds left on the clock. Alexi B still with the smoke, flash, and a molly for the finish. If they want to head down towards ramp, sure. Get the smoke towards Decon. Molly in towards the double doors. Just need to flush out Malbs.
Yeah, Alexi's selling something top as Malbs with only 15 points of health has got the whole team coming up from above.
20 seconds.
In the catwalk, yeah. They should find Malbs cleanly here.
Bomb loose.
They don't! That's the bomb! Malbs should go down, overlooked by Bit. Eventually, they find him. Alexi onto Hunter on the top side as well, so he's completely locked him out of vents, and Monesi's barrel betrays him, doesn't go down. Snacks actually punishes onto Alexi, but quick from Ime, and now flanking is Nico. Takes them both down.
Just defuse.
Ime can't even get onto the bomb, he can't stop it.
No, oh, he's got the kit, picked it up.
Fakes it, fakes it, fakes it. Ime doesn't know that. Swinging open the doors, there's going to be two of them looking at him, and he's going to go down to Monesi. An incredible round for G2 to take. Felt like the writing was on the wall that it was NAVI's. But just the patience on Malbs, and JL overlooking the Stralis corner.
Yeah, Malbs has done a good job towards B in 2 consecutive rounds now. So the fact he gets one onto JL, that's huge. In the last round, he was the kill onto Wonderful that sent them back up the vent into Monesi's scout. Nico just appears. He can't be getting away with the double there because they were double guarding the vent rotation. Ime through main, obviously Alexi through squeaky door. And they did good to stop Hunter, right? They stopped one of the rotation points, made it so it wasn't possible. That is a bit of a fumble there from Navi. Great work from G2. That one's going to feel great.
Yeah, time to get a talking to. Probably a stern one from Blade.
Yeah, and it's tough if you're Ime in that situation because you're rotating down into the unknown. As you mentioned, you don't know if they're on it. Could have been trying to sit it. They knew your last position.
Yeah, and there's no good choice there. You can try and fake some sound cues, swing open the doors, confirm it with gunshots.
Probably looks like a lot of your PCs at home. 1 FPS, but is there gold?
Slideshow.
The blues.
Yeah, I think Navi will be feeling blue after losing that one. Molly, smoke main. JL wants to give this a look in, but if he goes down the vent, he's a dead man. And if he doesn't, he is too. Hunter, good catch. Aware of what they were trying. Caught by Alexi and just jumping into Nico. That early vent drop rewarded. 13 bullets for Nico as he's aware that Secret could be a threat. Trying to take this fight just like time as Ime sitting duck. Oh. Wonderful lands the trade. 1-on-1. Got the bomb. Snacks down the vents next. Actually, look.
No hesitation from Snacks. Absolutely none whatsoever.
He doesn't care. He wants answers. And he's gone them.
Oh, he's gone looking the wrong way, so we'll be able to call B completely clear. That'll help them understand where the fight may be coming from. Bit to mantle up and over.
Glass isn't broken. Doors aren't open.
That's good information, sure. But Monesi's not in real a position to defend this top side. He has to batten down the hatches. He's been left high and dry. But now Malbs and Snacks can start searching elsewhere.
Yeah, it's this fight. Bit versus Monesi, and Bit catches Monesi off guard. Escorting the bomb in. Vent's occupied. Snacks trying to do as much as he can from afar. Malbs will join him to clear out the potential for close vent. Wonderful. To try and deliver a headshot, and does so. Takes down the Guatemalan. Snacks, however, standing strong. Has he got a clutch in him? It doesn't look good. Caught in the movement. Bit makes it 5.
Well, they get their own back, don't they? Surprising that Monesi just walks out of HUD in that fashion. Had to have known that it was a possibility that they could have gone up heaven. That's why I was saying that he just has to hunker down in lobby, in HUD. So he offers himself up for free. This one here, Nico, it sounded like he got a dink. Must have been through the corner of the wall with that bullet onto Wonderful. Solid close from Bit.
Big round. 8 for him.
Limit just down to a Mac 10. Khalil for Alexi. Alexi's been having a couple of moments finding important kills. I think he's taken down Hunter on a few occasions over towards A. Helps the ramp play, getting some freedom to go start Secret. Forces the rotation point of Monesi to have to deal with ramp.
Feels the same top, but it's a ramp they won.
Spotted him.
Monesi noted, and he could be dead any second now. Forced to extinguish. Just delay. Takes a fight through the smoke. Alexi B, the one to combine with Wonderful's AWP. An advantage and ramp gained. This is big for Navi. JL and Ime still lingering towards the T roof and lobby. Anticipating The CT's trying to take this space.
Has to be a gamble from G2. I think they just have to pick one of these two sites and hope that they've gambled correctly. Nico up ladder, Snacks, Hunter in a site. And Malb's clearing yard through secret, so we'll look to combine. If they lose the site, number disadvantage, no defuse kit, limited util for the retake. Might see them just go for a save. JL again with another wave of util. Smoke in towards main, notes one player's position and almost takes Malbs down. But meanwhile, Alexi calls the troops into battle towards B. Clearing this one out diligently. Time again, more than happy to allow that clock to sink on down. JL might go down here to Snacks' MP9.
Bomb planted.
Does that entice them in for a look?
I don't think so.
Something with G2 once upon a time in these scenarios, what they would do is they would be in limbo, right? They would go fishing. They'd hang around some of these choke points, see if a player oversteps the mark, and then be able to go for the retake late. With no kit, I think that's going to be a little bit too difficult, too tall of a task. We're going to be looking at a 6-2 scoreline in favor of NAVI.
Yeah, and considering it's 4 rifles as well, with Snacks' frag onto JL. Highly competitive into the next.
Loss bonus also falling in the favor of G2 now. 2,900 going into the next. They keep 4 rifles up. They could drop one more for Monacy. If they keep 4 up. Hold up, Nico.
It's a nice idea. He was hoping the blast would bring him low. The HE could finish off the job.
Wonder if this is a good point for G2 to have a timeout, right? Because I'm saying, yeah, they can drop a rifle across and make sure that everybody's bolstered again. But do you want to get the AWP in the hands of Monacy? Do you think that's necessary? Because it's not going to be possible going into the next. Have got full util. Other than 1 incendiary for Monacy. Diffuse kits now plenty. Had none, now you have 4.
Making sure. Navi's T-side's been looking very well drilled here. Everyone seems very affluent in their role, position. They know exactly what to expect of G2.
Yeah, that squeaky lurk smoke with the top molly, harass, just how much pressure Navi put with these openings, and then they can just show different looks from it.
Yeah, this is a head-to-head for Malbs. If he wins this, it's massive for G2.
Oof.
Thinks twice about it. Yeah, doesn't want to be conceding it in a 1v1, a head-to-head duel, but he's got the aim to back it up. His first grand final for Malbs. On his first event in the G2 jersey.
It's interesting how G2 have approached ramp. They've called this same setup again. Malm's getting to start secret immediately. Monacy having to be a bit of a caretaker of the ramp position, but they're hedging so much towards secret and top side.
I'm just trying something different, or Snacks, excuse me, and it is going to pay dividends. Catches JL on his aggress, standing, and unable to deliver another. Alexi B equalizing. This is a fight for Monacy. Takes down Bit comfortably. Nico as well catches him on his advance, and one by one they fall. Alexi, the last piece, taken out of the equation as G2 find a convincing third round, 4 alive.
It's interesting to see that, right? Because we've seen a few rounds where Navi have actually pressured through ramp, but they're calling a gamble to have nobody ramp. Right? They're sure they have a player down towards B, but you're giving away a lot of potential territory, and you're not even minding that position all the time. You're keeping in the back of your head that, hey, this could be open. But Navi didn't even explore it. It wasn't even part of their plans within that round whatsoever.
I find it impressive because I know that it would be easy to overthink. When you give up that much space, you know how easy it is to just start averting your gaze, worried about potential flanks and getting lost in the ifs and buts. Second timeout. Blade's burning them early here.
I think something else within that round is you had him across towards secret, but it didn't feel like there was a lot of pressure down towards B either.
He didn't do anything other than kind of hold the stairs.
Yeah, and I think the key to get him across in that conversation is, all right, just make sure they don't have vision from secret to say yards clear, which they had. Nico over towards Red Pole and back a warehouse, Malbs down towards secret. Again, it's just the fact that they had ramp open. I don't think we'll see G2 run that same round again. And I was talking about that Monacy AWP. It's in play. Navi Cash starting to crack. 3 MAC-10s, a Galil and an AK.
It could be pacey.
Sorry, it's a Deagle. 2 MAC-10s.
Looking like it might be quick. Flash out hard. MAC-10's charging. Nico.
So blind and dead.
Long range from Alexi B with the MAC-10. Snacks looking to hold onto the site. Good support from Hunter from the heavens. And only JL remains. And hunted down by Malbs. Quick to occupy the lobby. NAVI off the back of a timeout. This one does not hit the mark.
Oh, they almost had everybody.
Snack smiling. He knows he kind of owned him there. I'm sure nothing feels better, and we know it from our own games, that when you call, they could try this. Be ready for this.
Get the shutdown, yeah, for sure. Especially losing Nico over towards mate immediately. The Hunter raining down hell from up the ladder. Snacks getting to survive on top hut. And you force them into an eco. So a chance to tie the half up at 6-6 is still possible for G2. Oh, there's a Hero AK.
Hero AK that's taken some damage. 69 for Bit.
Well, when you don't have any smokes...
And what can you do, a flash?
Yeah, and they're just going to have to try and pop and deal with Malbs.
That's what he got for us. He's only got the one. Down by JL. Good work from him. They want to run down the AWP, and a missed shot from Monacy. Worried about losing Heaven. Dumps his util. And the loss of Malbs puts another rifle into the mix.
Yeah, no Kevlar behind it. It's still something to work with. They will just park JL. Another three grouping up, seeing if there's been any lobby aggressions. Hunters drop down towards B. Want to see up the ladder. Snacks backside on the jiggle. 38 seconds. Hut now blocked, and well, back and forth at least was the consideration. It's going to have to be late from NAVI. How does JL get involved in this?
Been making late work. Bit further damage from the shrapnel of the HE. Here comes Snacks' opportunity. He's tested. Anticipates another, bit too quick for him. Bit found another headshot, taking down Monacy and making this round a reality.
Sneaky.
Eco ahead of the play. Can't transfer. JL no Kev. No Kevlar. Surely no hope. It's Nico. Rock solid on the retake.
Nico's found two really good timings in this game so far with multi-kills. There's the one down towards B where he snuck in behind Bit and Wonderful at ramp and got the double, and now out Heaven in a timing in a desperate moment. That was an AK invested, very light otherwise. Malbs going 1-for-1 at ramp. The pressure was there, but it's Bit with the kills in towards A that made that one interesting. So no easy rounds for G2. They're putting the honeymoon under a bit of pressure early.
Your first argument over dinner.
Didn't like the way he talked to the waiter. As mentioned, 6 still on the table. Been a tough half for G2. NAVI playing some late rounds, piecing things together, playing off of their openings.
You'll take a 6-6, given how this one started. But you do have to take it by force. Clear of the smoke does not bear fruit. Monacy, no info. But they are having a walk around.
Well, they know they can get this space, right? It's just they didn't do anything with it last time. But okay, so I think Monacy caught a little whiff there, and Nico will exchange some bullets. But take a look where the bomb is.
Interesting.
Yeah, so is the finish going to be towards B? And then if so, how do you get JL with the team? Well, they might even get cleaned out before they get there. Here's the cousins.
Nico, can he catch him with the same timing, same fight? Hunter confirms no one's looking! And the Kovac cousins spray down 3. That's teamwork. JL tries to make his play, bomb on his back, but the entire squad against him. G2 locked and loaded to recover this half at 6-6. That was not what NAVI bargained for. Miss Molotov. Snacks gets the fight from the corner, overlooked by Wonderful. Unforced error. Punished by Snacks, puts it all onto JL. And he's not even getting a frag. Snacks snatches it. 6-6 on the half. This Esports World Cup final for the Counter-Strike world. We are all watching as we look to see if Inferno is necessary.
Honor 200 series, the best portrait phone AI-empowered. Studio level, AI portrait camera, 3 hardcore portrait modes. Color, vibrant and classic to capture portraits that truly stand out. AI-empowered Magic Portal. Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 AI chipset. 5,200 milliampere per hours silicon carbon battery, 100 watt. Honor Supercharge. This is Honor 200 series.
Our very first Esports World Cup. It's 2024 and we've got a grand final to conclude. It is the second half of the second map. We have NAVI on one side and G2 on the other. Many didn't expect things to be going so smoothly so soon, but the well-known honeymoon phase. And this one, it's not far away from G2 phasing NAVI out of this grand final. A map to the good, a 6-6 half, swapping sides. It's G2 on the attack and NAVI to defend.
3 pistols played in this series so far, all won on the T side. Will G2 keep that record? 5 sets of Kevlar, no tricky business with U2, and the conga line towards ramp being passively held by JL.
Main objective, 1 tap and 4. He gives it a go, but you can see just m0NESY making it as hard as possible to find the head. Looking down, facing away. Alexi B on decon, will swing open the door. Looking to take a pot shot, but it costs him his life. That was a quick response from m0NESY. Bomb will be planted by Hunter, safe from the windows, and m0NESY, he seems to be hitting every shot he takes, puts Bit on notice, but still Bit adjusts, clears out the vents, partners up with JL, wonderful with doors pressure already, Malbs on single, is he accounting for this? He will now. Here's them coming, but deleted by Bit. Bit is having a huge pistol round here, cut down by the low HP. Nico in the clutch, has he got what it takes? He's only got the 2 of them. JL secures it for NAVI.
Massive trade for JL there. You could see how they were segregated by their own smoke. The fact that JL gets that kill onto Nico, he was heating up for the 1-on-3. To keep him calm, bomb went down, and there you go, we buck the trend. Just as I was asking the question, we get a CT side pistol round, and that's both for NAVI in this map. The recipe for them to take us to Inferno. They're starting to cook, one of Blade's favorites.
And m0NESY started with every shot. Like, he hits 2, and then he gooshes Bit. And I think what Nico was saying to him was chill. You got to chill.
Yeah, there's been a few moments with some m0NESY over extensions, right? They had done a great job in getting in, and if they just played that post plan a little bit tighter, because Imma goes down, they have dual Berettas, right, that smoke that he lost. If they just had taken a bit of a breath, it would have all been okay. But we're back with the 4 spy. G2, shove all those eggs into the basket. Plenty of Galils, Deagle, and Snacks with the utility. Now this boost for Bit, yeah, look, it can be powerful, but the pro play, they tend to path for it and are aware that it's always a bit of a possibility. So if he gets more than 1, great work from Bit. Speaking of great work, JL closed the last, opens this one. Found Hunter and continues to harass through the smoke. Snacks now put on notice.
Nico, that's unbelievable work. Finding wonderful. Ratting through the smokes, but he's caught by Alexi, humbled down, and man advantage for NAVI to convert this second round. This would be essentially worth 2. G2 want to fight back, but losing both Nico and Hunter already. It's up to m0NESY to make the difference.
I feel with this type of a force by sure. Okay, that's an awful lot of damage. Imma counting his lucky stars. JL to the rescue.
Gets 1. It's not a lot, but it's something. from behind, they are getting strangled out. Bit should have a free frag, make it 2. Snatches the round away with a well-timed flank. Yeah, NAVI in full control now, my friends.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously with that type of a force buy, they lost the player early, so it already becomes difficult to function. You want to make sure you're doing quite a lot of damage if you're not going to win the round. And unfortunate on the spam there that they don't get the better of that. No bomb going down. Bit with the perfectly timed flank. He dismounted from the boost, stayed active. Well, let's keep your eyes on the Nico Malbs digs. I'll keep saying it.
Yep.
Because when it happens, it happens. NAVI went into the break with confidence. They're in a grand final, Blast London against Spirit. Spirit able to bookend the first season. Katowice, London. Snack's getting up to some funny business. We'll have to keep our eyes on that if it start to manifest. But confidence in the roster, right? There was conversations around NAVI, the major win. Won the major by over the entire event. They lost more rounds than they won. They won their entire event, right? So, you keep that in mind.
They won the important ones there.
Exactly, right? There you go. Well, there's one of those Deagles gone wonderful yesterday with the AWP towards Yard was a monster.
On your head, son. Not quite.
Couple of Zeus's. So, looking for comedy, RG2.
In my mind, I think m0NESY's trying to catch a window where he can jump off of the roof and Zeus the main player. Now, that is... dreaming big.
Yeah, audacious. Emma at the moment is far enough back where he should just get plucked out of the sky. They are using every second in this one. Avo, so it should just be mop up aisle topside. Just Hunter to find.
Ooh, 2 bullets connect. 99 in 2. So how much does this gun round indicate how much more Nuke we're going to see? Is it as cut and dry as this is it?
I think so, right? When you look at Navi's T side, because of the start that they got by winning the pistol with the conversions, it gave them time to build that pattern, right? It wasn't like, okay, we're going to the gun and we have to do something now. They essentially need to set the tone with this round because Navi, they have the ability to buy again into the next, and apparently they know that with this aggression. So going for a bit more of a heads-up move on the CT side, wanting to take the fight to G2, not let them set up a default round. Lots of pressure and telegraphed. Deep incendiary. Malbs calling for some support.
G2 weren't fighting for lobby, though. Malbs tasked with maintaining it.
No, they weren't fighting for it, but you take it as a bit of a given.
Walking now.
Time to fade.
Down. Big frag from Alexi.
Well, it wasn't Nico that he took, so that's information.
He's saying the same thing. You can see his mouth moving a mile a minute. And already he's reacting to that. He said, I'll do it myself. He knows another likely slip. I was trying to put the pressure onto him there. JL in support of him. What can you do with an MP9? JL's very proficient with the weapon. It's actually wonderful that's caught Nico lower. So now they test him at down after 1. Malbs cut out of the round, and it looks great for NAVI here. A bonus of sorts, and a team ace for NAVI.
Forced their hand, didn't they? Took that lobby control, said, yeah, well, if you want to take this back, good luck. It's going to be a tough fight. The angles are now in our favor. So G2 say, all right, well, we'll go Yard. We'll take the space. Hunter getting caught on the slip. And not only that, because the nameplates, that information really helps NAVI piece the round together. And then everybody contributing, as you mentioned. Bit having a good map, 16 for him, 11 for JL. Bit's been in some good form as well. So much more comfortable in this team. The Nico scout. Put that in m0NESY's hands, mate. Don't you remember what he did within that first half?
Oh, no.
Absolute bangers.
Yeah, the full investment of Hunter has gone nowhere. Hero rifle.
We touched on Nuke being the only blemish on the G2 record so far at the EWC. A couple of chances there, didn't he? It looks like that might be rearing its head again unless they can find their way back in on the next rifle rounds.
Yeah, look at that from Malbs.
Damn.
Everything indicating that was JL's frag, but still recovers the rifle and hits the shot, but lost everyone else, and with no Kevlar, a single bullet going his way is going to really rock him.
Map seems small. When Alexi was that aggressive on the CT boxes fighting into T-Spawn, Maps is going to have to worry about fights on all fronts. Alexi's backed off.
Early in their development. Clearly rough around the edges.
Well, they've played quite a few of the maps. The only one we haven't seen G2 play is Anubis. Right? I'm pretty sure Vertigo is going to be their ban, and they had the luxury in this series, as Malbs takes a couple of woods, that NAVI also banned Vertigo. So they got to move Mirage, which there's a good conversation at the moment that maybe NAVI is the best Mirage team in the world. Especially going up against Malbs, who are very proficient on the map as well, and panting them the way they did yesterday.
Yeah, you can ask Furia how Navi's Mirage feels as well, earlier in the tournament. First hack timeout called by Taz, and whether or not it's too late.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Were there points for it in the game? I'm sure that can be debated. Just one more round for Navi to secure overtime at a minimum. They deal with this rifle round. They make sure the bomb doesn't go down. Even with the max loss bonus, they're going to be sitting pretty. And these rounds have been somewhat dominant. You look at the spree. The pistol round was close. Came down to that 1v1 that JL just snatched away. Nico in the conversation for a 1v3. But since then, we're only talking 4 kills over 4 rounds.
Oof.
He just, without the pistol, you don't feel like he'd been able to get this T-side going at all.
And they had a real case for that pistol. Let's see. He overstepped in it. Now he's overstepped into the line for Alexi B, locking it down outside. He might get another here. Hunter. He's aware. Audible reload from Alexi. A well-placed flashbang, but Hunter reverts his gaze. Goes fighting Alexi B, a triple on Yard.
And if you look at the stats for the tournament, Alexi B is the lowest rated player for NAVI. Makes sense, he's the in-game leader, but he's had some maps where he's looked like he's been struggling. Against FaZe, definitely tussled with Carrigan. Those in-game leaders were powering up, but this is good impact from Alexi. He plays a key role on the CT side as they mop up Snacks. One more round for NAVI, and we were talking about blowouts and maps. Well, apparently we're back on track.
6-6 at the half, and then you're just unable to find a footing. The attacking side of Nuke, it's a cruel mistress.
Well, we've spoken about Snacks being hungry before, and even the Big Apple. That was the last time he lifted a Tier 1 trophy. ESO1 New York 2018. Playing for Mounts.
6 years ago.
Yeah, where's the time gone?
6 years ago? Good grief. Skinny jeans were cool back then.
See a miss smoke. To be lurk for Squeaky. Kind of sitting in the sky. So things are, I don't want to say falling apart at the seams, but not going as G2 would have hoped here.
Give it everything it's worth. Nico being set up by Snacks here. And he's ahead of the smoke. Wonderful, plucks him. Sting JL and Imma, but what a position it is, and he commits to the spray with full confidence. Nearly takes 3. m0NESY hamstrung for the rest of this round, and he's got the bomb, but he has to be a playmaker first. How has he lived through that? Nade does chip away at Alexi. Smoke will arrive. You can see Bit on that X-ray. He's knife out, starting to take his place in lobby. So now the pressure comes from every angle. Wonderful. Actually, partners up with Alexi, but that smoke's going to limit their options. Do they have the HE? Yes, they do. HE, spam. m0NESY gets it down, staring at the floorboards, but a precise shot from the AWP. It's wonderful, double up. Snacks in a clutch. Hoping they don't push the smoke, but still catches Alexi on the way through. Bit out hot. He's going to be overlooked. Nice angle from him. Is there any way Snacks can find a multi-kill? Bit finds it and takes us the distance in this grand final. NAVI will not go quietly. Inferno required.
Class performance, both pistol rounds, dominance on the CT side, their map choice. It works out, and up next is Inferno, a map that we have not seen NAVI play since that major grand final in Copenhagen.
In Malbs. And it wasn't, to our experts' opinion, quite as tight.
A little bit rougher around the edges. Yanko touching on just how good their banana control in the CT and the T sides can be, but This is the second dip of the toe. Let's see how good it can be. On the CT side, they won the knife. They elected to start here. That means NAVI will continue the T-side campaign. Both pistols on Nuke. Can they keep that spree running? U2 in the hands of Alexi. Wonderful. Also donning a smoke grenade. Flashes, smoke, molly, and well, a tempered start. Just seeing if there's any CT aggression. And it looked like there might have been a little bit of aggression from Taz when they had that team talk. Definitely looking quite serious for a new roster. But you're in a grand final, you're competitives. You've played some fantastic Counter-Strike throughout.
You want to talk about fantastic Counter-Strike, it's that Inferno. The last time we've seen it, Bit was having a mad one, and he started with the same aggression.
On his own.
Taking down Monacy. I mean, that is just such good pressure towards the B side of the map.
Molly for the pit, Alex. This is trouble.
To head towards A, and if that molly lands, Mal, he's going to, hit the headshot regardless. Snacks has done well to find another as well. The double up in pit is disrupted. And the site is theirs for the taking.
Sure, a couple of crispy ones. The aim looked good, but the util was better from NAVI, and Bit just being able to waltz in, exploiting that smoke. You can see it didn't land perfectly for the entry. Now it's Nico. A 1-on-3 situation. A very, very tough way back in with the bomb already down. Not halfway gone just yet, but heading there quickly. Steps heard, one spotted, needs to get a move on.
Yeah, he's just going to have to charge in and hope the headshots come his way, and that's a quick start. Bomb ticking. Time against him. One long, one abs. He has the info now. Tries to fake and force these fights, but it's just so cruel. They're playing with their food here. JL and Alexi B, risk averse, and they lock in the pistol. There's nothing there for Nico. He leaves with a kill, sure, but it's NAVI that picked themselves up the pistol.
Throw that one on the tally was definitely a key factor to NAVI getting a nice start on their T side of Nuke. And we saw G2 opt in on Nuke with the CT side force buy. I think we'll see that again.
I think Bit's got Monacy in his pocket in terms of head-to-head across this series.
And the desk we're discussing, Monacy looking like it was his early days donning that G2 jersey, being quite aggressive, overextending. That wasn't just with map number 2. Had a few of those moments on Ancient as well, but then his impact with the Scout, with that 1v3 for number 15 on Ancient. You gotta take the good with the bad, I suppose.
Yeah, they got this re-aggress set up. You can see Snacks, the flash pulled. Ouch, Alexi B hanging on by a literal thread, a single nerve ending, 1 HP.
Well, you'd love to find Bit, but he's getting up to his standard apps control, and I say that because he has the only SMG in the hand. You could swap that over with Alexi, see if you could put the rifle and what he could go to work with, but he has to take this boiler control. Been able to do so. Nico now on the re-aggress. Flash turned. Banana called clear. Good information. Monacy and Snacks can now start rotating over. More good nade damage. This is good from G2.
I mean, perfect considering your weaponry.
And Nico might even get the jump on them. Look at the timing.
Yeah, as you're having a conversation about the finish, JL seems like he's considering it.
There's 2 smokes on A. Monacy and Snacks can use these.
JL, he wants to clear you out. He just gets caught out, overlooks it. Nico connecting, a double on the dig. NAVI left wanting, empty-handed. The second round of play here in the third. Giving it a good go is wonderful. Caught out by Snacks. That'll get the juices flowing. Galil's for free as well as a round.
That really comes down to, obviously, the early damage put onto Alexi, but Nico just turning the flash, calling Banana clear, and just continuing to push.
That JL clear. Look, he just turns his back. He gets a shadow. It could not have been better for Nico. Could not have been better, and even getting the second.
JL's going to be keeping himself. But the ball's on Nico to go for that type of a play.
Some well-placed HEs and well-timed pushes.
Well, let's see. Is there going to be a tussle back and forth for the economy? NAVI thinks so. Forced by Tech9's aplenty, Deagle P250, U2, and a slow approach. Can't really contend for Banana control without the bottles of flame, so they'll just smoke up towards the half wall, force G2 through their nades, and you can see Apps is where they've been able to grab some control early. He's one of these anchor positions with Malbs over towards Pit. Once occupied by the likes of Nexa. The two of them have quite contrasting play styles.
Seems well timed. You can see Wonderful was just pulling out his nades to start and facilitate the Tech9 waterfall. But well placed, smoke delays.
can leave Nico towards B on his own again. Looks like they're about to pop out apps.
Comes the flashes, Malbs turns it. He's got a multi-kill in him, spamming the smoke. Tech9 to get the better of him and into the site successfully. If they could get past Monacy. So Lexi B with the double on the Tech9. NAVI break and enter.
You see Malbs turn the flash, sure, but coming out of the smoke, you expect him to get one in that situation. So NAVI doing a great job. Simple approach, simple stuff, and a bit of a classic Alexi B call. When in doubt, apps pop. So multiple different iterations of teams for this kid. Not a kid anymore.
So when your teammates say, let's apps pop, that's what he wants. That's what he's looking for.
Yeah, and it's always so hard to get out that first choke point. So that's the key. The fact that they waltz past Malbs, and everything falls apart from there. Monacy down to the pistol trying to fight, and they get absolutely nothing. So flawless rounds, back-to-back fashion.
You could potentially be critical of playing Balk up against what you expect to be a pistol in some variety. A longer range, perhaps less likely for an instant headshot, but it was Alexi through the smoke. It's not easy. Must have just got vision. Good first bullet accuracy, and they do just break in. We'll see this again in the replay. Now starts his spam. It was Bit, in fact. It hits that first. It's Lexi onto Hunter.
You wonder from Bit's POV if he's just pre-firing in that situation. That one feels pretty miserable. But considering they kept 3 alive on their own, forced by G2, they can facilitate some rifles around the saves. MP9 for Hunter. So this one still looks pretty tidy. We're straight towards the guns. We're back with aggression. Nico down mid.
So G2 smoke. You've been surely well aware that this is a possibility. And I say that, Bit caught off. Oh, and he's not far off of Wonderful. No trade. In fact, Alexi B catches Malbs going searching. Hunter, he's not going to stop. They're going to keep this aggression up, and Hunter could find another exposed player. Finishes it off.
Flank them.
It should be Im's frag. Monacy, though, this is just going to go back and forth. 2 on 2. Early doors. Alexi again takes the fight ahead of the smoke. It's wide open. Good grief. What a round. Just pedal to the metal. Now they know where you are. Snacks is screwed. Navi's round.
Oof, well, we were talking about who's going to come out of the arm wrestle for the financial control. We've just had the answer. G2 have to take a save. Lost pistol, win the force buy, lose the follow-up, have almost full rifles across the board, have a big trading game. And there's the frustrations. Classic G2 on display. There's been lots of conversation around this team. People can't keep their name out of their mouth, and it's about, you know, the future. What do we expect? The Snacks edition. Nico almost goes down to the flames completely. Jao gets 2 completely blind. Now it's just going to be a mop-up. Wonderful proficiency on the Famous, and one more to find of Hunter.
Well, he even gets a kill for his troubles there, Hunter. Just his second. Silver lining, minor.
Oh, I feel for Malbs going into this rifle round. He has a Famous. So
again.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, but as the pit anchor, you need the util. You definitely need a smoke.
Fair enough.
And the way that G2 over time, and I'm going to be curious to see what type of setups they have on their CT side. Nexa was extremely passive as a pit anchor, would just play there consistently. I hope to see a little bit more variety out of the likes of Malbs. Aggressive down banana is Nico, so he just wants to get in all the fights, doesn't he?
Oh,
and exposed, dead. JL takes it easily.
Perfectly timed. He heard the spam coming, immediately pulls out the HE, clears Nico, caught in the open. Trying to get a fresh magazine. Now we've got this mid setup. Malbs trying to be intermittently cognizant of that balcony. It is wide open. Snacks now covers it. So the setup's strong until short gets smoked, but Malbs should have vision. So they've gone for the long smoke. This means Monacy will be able to contribute. Snacks can't go down. Snacks can't go down. It's Bit perfectly. Opens up the A defense. Monacy reacting. He can't even finish off one. Malbs is doing a lot with the FAMAS. How's he done that? He makes a round out of this, all onto Hunter.
No kid, 40 seconds has already started.
Well, that gives him some info. That smoke came from the mini pit side.
It's really tough retake.
I don't even know what you're supposed to do in this. You're walking through a smoke into 2 players.
Well, this is the thing. We're only in the first half, last map, and the scoreline is starting to get away from you, but saving is the better option. The loss bonus, 2,900 into the next. You lose this, well, then you're just going to upgrade him with some pistols again. At least if you keep it, you might be able to put yourself in a threatening position. Interesting with Nico going all the way down Banana for full control and also having the porch boost. They wanted top mid as well as Banana, so trying to control the entire map there, G2.
Yeah, JL had the answer.
Oh, lost it as well. Huge round from JL. Opening onto Nico, closer onto Hunter. Massive work. Bit of a wry smile on the face of Blade there. Let's call it a smirk.
They're going to give him the phase treatment if it keeps up like this.
It is crazy to think that NAVI haven't played Inferno since then.
Yeah, that blew my mind when you said that.
And an earlier timeout this time round from G2. You were discussing in Nuke where it only came in the second half. And sure, that half ended 6-6, but you want to get ahead of your problems, G2. So finances, we can take a look. Malbs at the high end with 4K. At the low end, Nico and Hunter. And there are going to be some light investments, understandably so. As we discussed, the next round will be the 3,400. It was 2,900 into this, so there can be a few upgrades. And it tends to be a priority on a map like Inferno to get smokes, right? At least try and block the choke points, soften up, and see if you can get that stack going. They will lob a smoke out from spawn down towards logs.
Good damage.
There you go. So that's a great start. When they did nade damage to Alexi previously, I think m0NESY with the tag as well, they converted. So can they do it again? Doesn't matter how you get the rounds. This is the grand final. You just got to get them.
Malbs versus Bit. He knows his angles well. But the flash comes ahead of it. Bit's still prepared. Malbs removed. m0NESY a headshot angle. Couple of pot shots. Knows Bit's aware of his position. Smokes him off and trying to remain active.
Oh, Alexi.
That's a miss one from Alexi. Won't be happy with that one. It could spiral out of control, but fortunately, Imet, he's got stable hands, controls the spray, takes 2. As does Bit.
Well, they know that Nico's not coming from behind. JL's got that completely covered. Has to be coming from arch side. Could potentially slip top middle, but that'll be accounted for as well. And you would hate to see another blowout, especially with how competitive Ancient was. We went to overtime. Nuke first half competitive, but seems to be a story of quite a few of the series that we've had. JL, he might remove this.
He did it once. Can he do it again? JL.
Oh, that's
JL,
annoying.
Indeed.
That is very annoying for Nico. I know there's going to be enough money for the buy. That's not the problem, but that's his weapon of choice.
Yeah, oh yeah. Not going to be a happy bunny about that.
Alexi B looking to keep his streak alive. Has not lost to G2 in the NAVI jersey. That's an impressive record. It's not once, twice. This is the 7th time. As far as maps are concerned, 11-3 in favor of NAVI. It's pretty staggering. As NAVI run, scalping Furia, FaZe, and Mouse. At G2, the hottest coming out of the break.
Going for this app setup. Bit's been causing so many problems for Malbs. They've called in the backup, the cavalry in m0NESY. Now, Bit was ready for the flash play. Is he ready for the AWP play?
Oh!
He's a beast! He's a monster! Frankenstein's creation! And he is alive!
Save, boys.
Final, good God!
Or at least try. Bit has concluded this round in the blink of an eye. The game changes, just trying to hold on to 2 guns are Snacks and Nico.
I mean, what else can you do? 3 balcony? You can't stop Bit. Masterful. Nico, he's been here before. Can I keep the AK this time? Just something to wield into the next. Save from the flash. Knows they're coming. Molly. Means they'll be peeking him. He's ready for the first. Alexi B's trade is good. Nothing for G2.
It's actually massive to take away guns that they're trying to save, right? With max loss bonus in play, we talk about it a lot. A team who's great at it traditionally is VP, and that's why they're always a threat. But if you're G2 and you keep losing them, you have a couple of players who are in that zone where they might be able to buy, right? You've got Snacks at 3.7, you've got Monacy at 3.7, you've got Nico at 4.4. Right, but the thing, you save the 2 guns, you can drop a couple across, then you have all the utility. Now you're going to go into a round where you can maybe get out a couple of rifles, but if you want the util, you need some SMGs around it. And yeah, how? That's a great question.
You saw it from Bit's POV. I mean, whoa, he finds the head. Mastered that crouch peek, the pre-aim. Bit back into his flow state. Alexi B fragging. I mean, everything, just aligning. Wonderful doesn't even have to be the hero.
And I love the intent that NAVI have come into this season with. We touched on the fact Major last season, that's fantastic. That's what everybody dreams of. JL's still waiting for his trophy in game. Then you have a final in London before the break. Then you have a boot camp and you come in, final here. Well, all right, double nades.
Oh, Nico, that's incredible. You would have loved the second headshot to really secure the round, but with JL down to just 15 points of health. Flash, Monacy wants to try and finish this off and spots a little bit of JL. Dissuades them from committing.
Well, Bit's still alive.
Oh no.
Hunter jiggling with the smoke. Bit comes through, back turned, and still has the ability to course correct.
Oh no.
Nobody is on the site.
No, this site's lost and this retake sucks. This is already feeling a bit awkward unless Snacks can somehow catch this Bit hunt. Yeah, that's not happening on Bit's watch. Another multi-kill round takes shape, and despite some nice attempts, the double nades to start. Nico extends it despite the flames at his feet.
It cannot start better on a round where you only have deagles and nades. You land the nades, you get a 1D. You have a 2-man advantage. You think you have everything you need and more.
Oof, gone.
8 rounds for NAVI. Domination so far, and this is beautiful work.
RV Inferno, third map decider. It was poetic the first time, and this is just a thing of beauty. Watching NAVI, a team historically, just as an organization, would always have a potent Inferno, and this NAVI no different. Alexi B, top of the tables as well here on the third map. Bit of redemption from him as Blade makes sure his troops know he's behind them. He's watching, and this from Bit. That jiggle out from Hunter, he seemed like in 2 minds, and he knows that death signaled the loss of the site.
All right, could this be the difference maker? Monacy's AWP is out. They need something, and they need it now. He's had a spark. He's had 2 massive rounds on Ancient and Nuke. One with the Scout, and a 1-on-3.
Yeah, that Molotov forces a decision out of him. He opts to fall away. Nico sandbags, easily exploitable. But it doesn't seem NAVI are focused on the B side of the map. They're showing a rather bit of a pep in their step towards the apartments. Hunter throws out the flash.
They own apps.
Oh, they absolutely do. But that is an ownage from Malbs. Takes down Alexi B ahead of the plate. Hunter needs to reposition. It's all Malbs. A multi-kill from the Guatemala. And oh, it could be the ace. Malbs has done everything but 1 point of damage. 4K, 99 damage on the 5th. It's his ace, we know it. Just the scoreboard won't show it. We said it had to be Monacy. Well, we've got a new start in that jersey. And, ooh, in there. Nice shot. Going to overlook this, though. Nico closes it down. Malbs, a massive round when G2 needed it most. He delivers a high-pressure 4K.
Yeah, I'm keeping my trap shut until we see that from his POV. There was some typing in chat. I'm sure that was a nice shot.
What's he done to them there? That was rapid. Just a flurry of frags in the kill feed, all from Malbs, under scrutiny from multiple angles. You see the first clip was clean. Oh, the second, the third as well. All headshots from Malbs.
Yeah, beautiful, right? And not anchoring down towards pit in a bit more of an active position, playing under porch, taking duels on multiple fronts, has his favorite weapon in hand of the AK-47. Another aimer in the G2 jersey. A statement round, but the question now is it too little too late? That one's going to feel good. The young gun, first grand final, S tier, from M80 to G2, and delivering when the pressure is on.
That's what G2 needed. Let's see if there's anything else to be said about this half. G2 electing to start on the defense, and they've got 2 rounds to show for it. Bang. That's a lot of damage from Odyssey to stomach, and Nico
They just keep coming.
swallows another. An airstrike down Banana. Brave from Nico to still throw bullets down range. Falls back. Different feel to this one, isn't it, from NAVI?
They've abused apps so much. Finally getting shut down. Malbs makes a statement, gets up to double digits. You don't know exactly how much damage these nades have done top Banana.
Does Alexi B think he can out-aim Odyssey on this angle? Oh! A flash across Alexi B's screen. Now forced to watch from the sidelines. It's too quick for my eyes to process.
There is a massive gap, and they're actually going to play on the fade of this long smoke. If they're able to entrench themselves over towards CT spawn, and that gap is still not being tended to, it's such a lockdown for G2 on the site. Arch smoke.
And slipping.
I don't think you'd expect 3 players to be hunkered down like this from G2, so it's a calculated gamble that looks like it can pay off. They know that the orb was towards B, so you don't really want to traverse the mid to B against the AWP.
From the util is Malbs. On the way in. So many angles to clear. Hunter deleted. Good damage, but it's JL and Bit. Will they overlook
Nico's unknown.
He's going to be hard cleared. No, swaps to the bomb. JL caught out with only 15 seconds. Survival integral. Rotation on the way. They're trying to flush him out. Good wallbang back from Bit. Smoked off his snacks. Trying to disrupt the plant. He can still get it down. Wonderful punching in the code. Good flash, but Bit still
2 bullets.
supreme. It doesn't matter about the bullets. He's managed to find 3 kills, 2 of which on the 10 HP. And Monacy, what's he supposed to do with the low HP of his own? Those stack nades towards Banana leave him wanting 20 points of health, a single bullet in his AWP. He's only got 1, 2 to find. He'd have to hit the first and swap to the pistol, looking for anything. A bullet will do it. Gotta hurry up, has the kit, using this AK, command pull up, he's held, and Wonderful locks it down. A sigh of relief for Bit as NAVI secure a 9th in the first half of this 3rd map.
Stressful round for both teams, but Nico obviously not being cleared in that situation, being one of the B defenders, right? So you're not expecting that 3rd piece, especially Nico, to be lying backside, but the fact that they've just gone for the 2-man crossfire, you wonder what could have been if there was more bodies fighting. That first one on the way in, not this one from Monacy, this was quick. The lack of X-ray really shows. This one here from Bit just keeps smashing with the aim. This jump scare, it could be 9-3 or 10-2 on the half. We're into round number 12.
Oh, it's already problematic. Monacy has opened up the account for G2.
Didn't matter last round.
Yeah, let's see if it makes a difference here. Alexi B testing, snacks, good for it. He loves the chaos to snacks. Looks incredible when it works. Can look foolish when it doesn't, but playing around those smokes. So his opponent spammed away his Bit. Reveals himself with the spam of the smoke. Not expecting Nico. Wonderful only trades 1, but he's got 3 more on the agenda.
But the site's open. He can get in and get that bomb down.
Not if he pushes through the smoke. Hunter ready.
No way!
Oh, Wonderful. Catches him off, and now only 2 remain. This kid's brilliant as he got it in him. Got to get past the 2 best from G2. Malbs, Monacy, Nico as well watching. They work it out. Looking good, looking good. A team kill required, but Monacy gets it done. It's only 3. NAVI in prime position to collect. 4 rounds separating them from lifting the trophy here at the Esports World Cup. Just a single half of Counter-Strike now separates us from crowning the very first Esports World Cup champions of Counter-Strike 2. It's between G2 and NAVI, and NAVI have already done a lot of the heavy lifting in that first half. Chad, for those that missed it, what did they miss?
Bit came alive in classic Bit fashion on Inferno, hitting some absolutely clinical shots. Apartment was all his, and Inferno looks like his domain as 9-3 reads the scoreline. NAVI win this pistol, it's 5 out of the 6 across the series. Sure, they lost the force buy in the first half, but that was no problem. They won the arm wrestle for the economy, and they have put themselves sitting pretty to add another trophy in the cabinet for 2024.
This has to start strong from G2. Staying the obvious, sure. But Bit, he plays the apartments on both sides, and he knows these fights all too well.
I wonder if that's bad information. How much did he catch on the jump?
You're aware it's a possibility, so we'll see how this information jiggles fair. He's gotten the information safely. And it's actually caused a large rotation, so Alexi and Wonderful react to the early info.
Smoke on Hunter and a flash. Now that they've garnered Halls and boiler control. Ooh, Smoke's actually been dropped across to Nico. He's got the P250, so is he not going to be entering in? Back and forth they go with the rotation. They're doubting this.
Yeah, it's only Emma. He has no idea, but what a shot! Takes down Monacy. He's been having a nightmare in the pistols. Wrapping into Bit, hard to track. Malms versus Bit, a battle of the aimers, and a one and done from Bit. Not bad, taking down Nico. Then Alexi swings into Malms. Oh, they're running out of players. Snaxy's got no hope, and NAVI flatten G2. That's surely it. Nothing left for the Samurai here.
No bomb plant, only one kill. They're in trouble. 3 more rounds required for NAVI. Alexi seemingly having this cause number time and time and time again. New in-game leader, Nuke for Hanker.
Just can't get past Alexi. Time after time, he emerges victorious.
Well, the honeymoon cut short, I should say. Coming out the break, a boot camp for G2, wanting to put their best foot forward, played some fantastic Counter-Strike.
Yeah, sobering reminder that there's a lot of big teams out there.
And just first event for a new roster, and they make it to a grand final. It's not done just yet, is it? This round should be. Bit continues to dominate Apartments. 2.5.
Too clean with it. No problems for him at all. 16 frags for Bit. Just putting on a clinic. The way Imer looks at him. Find you a teammate that looks at you like that.
You know, a conversation coming into this final. Wonderful and Nico with the 2 in contention for the MVP, but Bit's been a monster come this third map. To 16 kills. Look, it's not 30 bomb, but the impact that he was having in key rounds.
Yeah, you're going to struggle to drop 30 when you're winning this quickly.
Yeah, and putting that aim back on display. All right, well, G2, the guns are out. Will this conversation continue? Nico edging.
Hale gets info off that jump beacon. Nico smartly repositions just ahead of the incendiary. He wants to fight off of the flash, but they get away. Ooh, 3B. That's a lot of info.
There's nobody really towards A that can make a play. It's just Hunter in Apartments.
Yeah, he could have a go. He could have a look. Bit, though, throws out a well-placed smoke grenade. And the spam, not bad. Hunter reveals himself, but chips away at Bit. It's forced a heavy rotation, so this is now the game of Inferno. Fakes, obscuring the information that they want to sweep through mid to get. JL's only got 35 points of health here.
Playing a retake setup. Information top mid will fall in the favor of Alexi B when that smoke fades, but it might come too late for the rotation. Smoke Coffin, smoke CT, and they should be in.
Yeah, what's JL to do? He's going to spam some smokes on a timing, hope he hits the headshot.
Still awfully quiet.
Walk on in. To unload. Backing away, looks like they'll accept that this is not their round.
Okay, well, NAVI are definitely understanding the position they are in. They don't want to give any opportunities to let G2 back into the game, and maybe it looks that way in a 5v5 and not going for the retake, but they are protecting their finances. They know that they only need 2 more rounds, so let's play it as safe as possible. Sure, we gambled incorrectly. They didn't come A. We played retake on B. They waltzed in. They got the site for free. We didn't make it interesting. G2 will take their 4th with ease.
Consider how proactive Nico was on Banana. The fact that he lives to tell the tale of this round.
And this is the strange thing about a round like this. Both teams are going to be happy just holding onto their rifles. G2 know they need to hold on to everything they have. They don't want to go into the next round with a wonky bye. So everybody will retain their guns. A unicorn round, you don't see those every day of the week. NAVI will take their 2nd tactical timeout. Now, we were talking about the proficiency of Blade against Mouse yesterday, calling these to close games. Well, this one's only for 12. So what will the coach impart upon the team for their defense? There are 2 MP9s, Alexi and JL. They were unable to get that banana control as they had hoped. Nico did a great job of warding them off. And his info, well, it caused that seesaw back and forth, the over rotations. G2 then eventually finding the path of least resistance. 10 seconds left. What do the spawns look like for these SMGs? JL, well, he's facing over towards B. I think we'll just get a bit more of a standard start, and we'll just see the standard tussle for Banana. So a 3-2 split of the defenses. Wonderful and bit to lock down A. The SMGs to try and fight for this banana control on Alexi and JL again.
Yeah, just Hunter alone on his own towards the apartment side. There we go. They want to test Nico, and despite the full flash, he gets him. He gets JL. Alexi, ooh, covered by him. A lovely smoke spam there. Had a good read as to what Nico was looking for. Knew Alexi was vulnerable, but Immer bails him out. They do lose top banana, though.
And again, the conversation would be 2 towards B, 2 towards A. Fortifying top middle as Immer looks to harass Sendry. Forces Snacks back for now, but the boosted half-wall position from Malbs. That's great to hold on to this real estate.
Yeah, Hunter's not to know that he could worm his way out towards that balcony.
Malbs being asked to move to one side, so Snacks can drop the most potent of the smokes towards CT. Going to pop on the wall, cause some issues for vision for Alexi. But trading out smokes, and Nico from the grave, communicating a lot. You can see the mouth moving, helping them micro this round. He can flick through everyone's POVs, help them understand the lay of the land, who's got what utility, where the blocks are coming through. Time and issue, 35 seconds. Yeah. Wonderful in a key position to shut the round down. He gets a multi.
It's leaving.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It has to be more than a multi.
Just one man on a mission, trying to get away. Despite the flashbang does some damage, he needed more than that. And yeah, Bit's considering it. Seeing if he can catch anything on the cross, and he will. Oh, Monacy finished off. Not being planted, though.
3v3, at least find yourself in range to do damage. Make sure G2 can't save, and if they slip up... Oh, no, okay. Playing it safe again. Well, at a certain point, we'll be looking back on these rounds and wondering if Navi should have taken their chances. But right now, it's not a problem. 11-5, G2 stringing, it should be 2 together for the first time in this map.
Yeah, you talked about the micro there. I mean, Inferno, it's all about this understanding your opponent's reaction, finding the gaps.
Just moments earlier, though, they had 2 players there. So you wonder why they've gone for that gamble when they seem pretty confident in the setup they had. Just enough for Alexi to call Bit over. Wonderful stranded top mid on the balcony. And Nico, he's doing a very good job of making Banana a tough task. Right? It is quite clear both teams want to fight for that control, and Nico's done a good job this round with a kill, in the previous with the presence and the information. Wonderful, slightly frustrated there, that flash catching him as they brave that mid-smoke.
But the work they did in the first half, Chad, I don't see a world where Nico can manage to pull it off every time. It's just asking so much of him. All the way.
Especially when they're starting 3v round after round.
All it takes is, you know, one misstep from Nico and this game is over. We're crowning champions.
He's been so hot throughout this tournament, so his decision-making and aim has been on point. And he's a big game player, so let's see if he can keep G2 in this for a few rounds more.
The retake util, designed to secure half-wall control, and, well, it looks like that hasn't gone to plan. Neither of which have gone to plan. JL, he wants answers. Confirms barrels occupied. JL and Imme swing through. It's beautiful from Imme. Nico down, empty-handed, and just as we discussed, this becomes a huge problem for G2. And you've got to get past Bit. Wonderful. This potent pairing with a crossfire that is increasingly hard to break. This is where Malbs can do some more of his hero maneuvers, affix the red cape, and save G2. But it would have to be something special. m0NESY in support has the molly for potential pit, but Bit just slinking around these angles. Mini. Here we go, folks. G2 giving it everything they've got. 20 seconds, and they do go down. Too clean. Only m0NESY remains. And he's going to get run down, overrun, no HP. And a 12th round on the board, nice and early in this second half. The writing on the wall. Championship point. World Cup point. Thumbs up from Blade. That's like the coaching equivalent of typing GG. What are you doing?
Yeah, you were just talking about it, weren't you? The fact that how many times can they pull it off? Well, this time, Navi win out that banana control cleanly. 2 huge kills. A 2-man number advantage. Nice crossfire from Navi on the site. m0NESY letting out his frustrations as he goes down as the final frag of that round. And just 5 more kills for Navi.
Why not?
Aggression.
Why not? You've got so many opportunities. 7. Why not throw in this bit of aggression? And Hunter's received Bit well. It's the first time he's been tested, and he does pass. But Imme, he's going to be overlooked. This aggression with that aggressive mid-smoke has caught Hunter off guard. Now JL, he activates. Snax will trade, just running him down with that Mag-10. He anticipates a second player, and he's not wrong. Second oranges for Alexi. Snax gonna get caught off, beheaded by the Finn. Is this really where it ends? Can G2 muster a 2v3? Or a NAVI taking home the Esports World Cup? Chipped away at, good find, it's Malbs. Malbs and m0NESY trying to piece together the extension of play. Safe plant, covered by m0NESY. In there, looking for the headshot. Malbs new box, this is a good crossfire. It's going to be about the timing. They are wounded. Wonderful, and Imme smokes and kits though. Gets uncomfortable when that smoke lands on the bomb. And instead it's a headshot from m0NESY ahead of the smoke blue. Looking to go double up, it's m0NESY! Impact round, extends play.
Well played. Playing off of each other quite nicely there. Did get awkward, stuck towards the back of the site. Navi knew exactly where both those players were. But it's tough. These aren't easy rounds for G2. Having to dig deep, having to work hard. That aggression met by Hunter, traded back by Imme. Down to a number advantage situation for Navi, but couldn't close. Those saves playing in now. A little bit of extra cash. Famous, 1 MP9. How much of a lifeline is that for G2? What can they build off of it? You win this one, you will force Navi down to an eco. Could bring the game to a 12-8 scoreline. And then the comeback is well and truly on.
It seems like a direct call. They want to test Wonderful and Bit. Under-equipped, FAMAS, MP9. Worried about everything. No information as to what brackets holds, and now with Snax lining this up util. Take the long side.
Oh, it looks like the right call, doesn't it? We get all the luxury of the X-ray. If this is the finish.
If. Hunter, he is going to go searching. Where they are, but sitting through the smoke. Bit collects a freebie. And Hunter's death is going to catapult them in towards the undermanned site. Just JL and Imme. What can they do? Oh, they can do a whole lot. That's what they can. They strike in unison. One after the other. filling the feed, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. NAVI reigns supreme at the Esports World Cup. It's Alexi B, keeps the curse alive.
Ancient Falls 16-14 in favor of G2, but it's back-to-back 13-6s on Nuke and Inferno. Dominant stuff from NAVI, class Counter-Strike, playing by the book.
Alexi remains undefeated against his former teams. A hell of a honeymoon from G2, but NAVI, that's just class, outclassed in this final.
And clear intent coming out of the break, a boot camp, a final just before going on leave, a major trophy. Add another one to the mix. This is a team that means business in the second half of 2024.
Hell of a performance from Nico throughout this tournament. He definitely looks more comfortable, but so does Bit. His form seems to have returned. JL adding more silverware to his collection. May not have it in game, but he'll have it at NAVI HQ. Wonderful's legacy growing with some of the performances we saw today and yesterday in Riyadh, more importantly. Impact from Ime, cool head on his shoulders. Big smiles.
NAVI get it done as a team. It's what they embody at the moment, everybody contributing.
NAVI disrupt the honeymoon of G2. So join me in celebrating. The very first Esports World Cup champions! It's NAVI!
Esports World Cup, NAVI!